Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Not Ravenloft Mist-Fits. It's a little bit of an upside-down, topsy-turvy time here. I'm in the DM seat tonight, everyone. My name is Ellen. If you don't know, I'm also on Ravenloft Mist-Fits. I'm going to be the DM for the Pathfinder one-shot this evening. For the list of cast names and socials and pronouns, check out the chat or the episode description. We do still stream Ravenloft Mist-Fits, so if you're scared, freaking out, panicking, don't worry. We will be back whenever Jonny is ready, I believe next week.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're going to be, and that'll be the same time as this, so that'll be Monday, 7:30 p.m. on Pacific time. Please make sure to follow us, subscribe to the channel, participate in the chat. If you're watching the recording, please like, comment, and share it with your friends, and join us on our Discord to help us grow, because this is a lovely little community flourishing from the darkness of Ravenloft. If you're listening to us on the podcast, please consider rating the channel and leaving us a review on whatever podcast app you use. It will help with the algorithm very, very much. Speaking of which, throwing it to Jonny for our sponsorship. But first, also, how many listens are we at on our podcast right now?
Yeah, on our podcast, currently we are at 11,734 listens so far. We have been getting a pretty substantial increase in our Spotify followers as well. We were at, I think, last time we updated at like 180. We're at 196 now. So keep following. Keep giving us reviews, keep doing the 5 stars, keep doing all that stuff. It's helping out. And yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
I'm excited to even have 10,000 and it's still going. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What this one shot is, I believe, Jonny, this is a little bit of a reward for...
Yes, right. This was
10,000?
what I don't think I've ever actually like said it out loud, but this was what the idea was for the 10,000 listens milestone that we had gotten like about a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the idea, was like this fun, random idea of reimagining Ravenloft Mist-Fits and what they would look like in a different world, in a different play system altogether. And here we are. We did it. Look at us.
Congrats, everybody.
Look at us.
And you want to tell us a little bit about the programs that make this possible, Jonny?
Oh, absolutely I do. I want to talk about, well, you know, I feel like I shouldn't be the one to do this because Zack, I feel like you are the one that talks about Roll20.
I was going to let you have it. If you wanted to talk about how incredible and amazing Roll20 is, and then how about we use it every week to play our game, and how not only can it make Dungeons and Dragons super accessible for playing for like anybody of all skill level across the internet, it also works for Pathfinder and a number of any other games, and we will even though we switched game systems, we continue to use Roll20 because it's such an amazing and useful program and website. And thank you, Roll20. Thank you for making this possible.
It really is such an amazing place to do TTRPGs and games and all that stuff. But the best way to find immersion in all of those games that you play is through Syrinscape. That is what you need to get. The triple S is what we call it here. The Super Siren Subscriber. If you end up getting that and following the link that we're going to be having in chat here in a moment, you can help our channel. And you get some cool stuff. All of the music that was put on today are all things that you can do through Syrinscape yourself. And yeah, I don't think there's any better showcase of doing that than actually using it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll be getting some slightly different sounds today since we're not in Ravenloft. As Jonny said, this one shot is actually going to be in the Pathfinder system. We decided to take characters that may be familiar from our Ravenloft campaign and port them into Pathfinder at a much lower level. And when we introduce the characters, each of them will say their name and what their basic build is, just level, class, background, that sort of thing. So you can have a little idea of what we said there. And if you're Pathfinder proficient, you might know a little bit more about what that means. But I'm really excited. I think the builds are very interesting to see what things translated really well, what things, some even translated better. I feel like there's some abilities that are represented really well in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But without much else to say, I think it might be time to start a one shot. Are we
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Okay. So first, I have a couple very important questions that I start my one-shots with. These are really important to me and my process as a DM, so I'm going to ask you guys that you give like really sincere answers. Jonny, what is your go-to G-rated insult?
Your mom. Always. Okay. It's always that.
Okay, got it. Okay, great. Becca, what is your go-to comfort food?
Oh, God.
I'm so stressed out about what you could ask me.
It's not a food, but I guess I just a Baja Blast. Non-spawn.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Respect.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
And then, Zack, can you tell me, like, what's an iconic middle school fashion choice? For instance, when I was in middle school, I wore a vest every single day.
Nice.
It's gotta be Naruto headbands.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Not the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual discs?
Nah, man, that was too cumbersome. We had the fucking,
True.
The metal, rep your hidden village.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second to adjust something. And then, Extell, for you, what would you consider like an awkward first date topic?
My grandma's gout.
What was that?
Yeah.
My grandma's gout. Yeah.
Grandma's gout?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would stop me in my tracks.
Not a topic I'm expecting to talk about.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, that's why it's so bad, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
I have to say that I did like the extended pause of you having to change something after Naruto headband like that. It's entirely changed your plot.
I have to rewrite the whole thing now. I actually do need to come back to you. I'm sorry, Jonny, to ask for an addendum on yours. Less of like your mom like as a callback, but like something you would call someone.
Call someone. Okay.
Yeah.
Cootie Queen or Lint Liquor?
Ooh, can we get a vote from the rest of the cast? Cootie Queen? Lit Linker. Who's got a vote?
I'm a big fan of Lint Liquor.
Lit Linker?
Lint Liquor is
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Okay, Lint Liquor.
The way it's said in the commercial.
Who you calling a Cootie Queen? You
Liquor.
Lint Liquor.
Okay, cool,
Yeah, you
great,
gotta
thank
say
you.
it with feeling, you know?
As I said, this is critical to my process.
Of course.
So just, the madness that it's just, some things you just need to let it happen. Let it wash over you.
I have no idea what any of this is going to come, like how this is going to come into play, but I'm fucking here for it.
It's important. Trust me, it's important. Okay, my last question.
It's going to be a hell of a payoff.
Is there another question?
Yeah. The last question I've got is for each of you have the same question, but you're going to answer it individually. So I'm just going to go down the line. I need to know what each of your favorite animals are. Jonny, what is your favorite animal?
Now, a little clarification. Is this a animal that I can have and like as a pet? Because I would say dog. That's like my go-to for sure. But like, does it have to be like an exotic animal?
No, it can be just whatever animal.
A dog.
Your favorite animal. Dog?
Yeah, dog.
Okay.
Love dogs.
Got it.
We're getting assigned personas. I see how it is.
Yeah, those characters you wrote, throw them out the window.
Yep.
Throw them out. You're making your persona right now. Let's go.
Becca, what you got?
The sand cat.
Sand cat.
Yo.
Those are the ones with like the fluffy.
They've got the very square head. They're like the solitary cats that live in like the deserts.
I just watched a video on them yesterday. They're so cute.
They're incredible.
God, they are very
adorable.
Cute.
Okay. Zack, favorite animal?
Sharks.
Okay.
Sharks. Right
Why
on.
did you giggle?
Because my process. Okay, and Extell, what is your favorite animal?
Oh, I think he froze.
Oh, froze.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We'll never know.
That's how you get extra time to think about these questions.
Assigned persona.
Yes. That's all right. We can, do we want to wait 5 seconds or start going into the game? I can start getting into the game.
Well, this is like really critical information, right?
It really is.
We can take a second.
You know what's more critical information? How wonderful Roll20. Oh no, now the entire overlay is going to be all messed up. Oh god.
Whenever this happens, I just imagine it's like we got sent into the Matrix. It was like,
We're just all like drifting away
halfway into each other's.
Yes.
We're just gonna. Poop's here now.
Poop's here. Me. That's okay.
All right.
A good game with a.
Well.
I'm gonna draw. I need to draw a shark wearing a Naruto headband, like draining some Baja Blast now.
I'm trying to think if there's any, because I don't want to start the game without. But you know what we can do? Let's just run down the list of everyone's character builds real quick while we're seeing when Extell comes in. So.
Okay. It just keeps on messing up.
So Zack, you built a modification of your character, Katya. Can you tell us a little bit about how you built that?
Yeah, so, I mean, Katya is a fighter, as basic. I mean, there's some other tricks and some other modifications to it, but she started out as a fighter, and sure enough, Pathfinder's got a fighter. It's good to have that just over the plate, good, hit the enemy's class. So I built her as a fighter with the human Dampier ancestry and heritage, and I gave her the prisoner background, and it's a lot of the same stuff. Just hitting things very hard with my sword is my motto.
Nice.
And in this world, I am playing Katrina, who loves life and is so excited to be here. Couldn't be happier.
Amazing. What was just because we are waiting for Extell? What was your favorite conversion that happened? Like, is there any element that you were like, oh, this is really exciting that this is changing over?
I was actually really excited that they do have like the vampire bite mechanic in both games. Like, it was able to come over here. I don't use it a whole lot.
Sure.
Over in Ravenloft Mist-Fits, but I like having the option. And there's like a literal, it's like a ancestry perk that you take to be able to like bear fangs and bite people. I think that's really fun.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times when I haven't had a vampire in a game I've run before, D&D or Pathfinder, so it's interesting to see like that mechanic actually written down, because I feel like often I would be like, I don't know, it kind of works like this, and like make something up on the fly as I'm going. Nice.
Yeah, you can bite. That's, everybody knows how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Becca, want to tell us a little bit about your build?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously I play Vaughn in Ravenloft Mist-Fits, who is a bit complicated, a barbarian rogue. In this iteration, since I don't believe we said it, we're level 2.
We are level 2, yes.
In this thing, so I'm just a barbarian in this one. I made a flesh warp, a surge-wise flesh warp for my ancestry and heritage. And my background is a magical experiment. So yeah, and I get I'm playing Zarn Nov Stratovich, shortened to Nov.
Nov, amazing. Yeah. Amazing. I was actually really excited when I saw Flesh Warp. I'm like, this is literally Vaughn. When I saw that on your character sheet, I was so excited about it.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, I was like, I need to be a creepy little guy somehow, and I was like, that's the best way to do it. I think is be the Pathfinder ancestry that is creepy little guy.
Perfect. Extell, what we're doing is we're running down character builds, and then we're going to come back to you for the very important conclusion to our animal question.
Can't hear you, bestie.
Oh. Jonny, you want to tell us a little bit about your build?
Yes.
And who you're playing, Mr. Dungeon Master?
I figured it would be most appropriate for me to play one of my favorite NPCs, Esmeralda. But in this, she is named Izzy. I have changed her into a gunslinger. She is a background in hunter because I figure that's basically, she's a monster hunter, so that makes the most sense. I think also human, of course.
Human.
I think one of my favorite things about this is that you can really lean into that dual wielding thing through gunslinger, which is pretty cool, because I remember seeing the rules in Pathfinder are very they're a lot more, maybe I just ignore them in D&D, but in this it's like you have to pay attention to how you reload, how you have 2 weapons, and you can't fire more than once in one turn because then you have that negative bonus to your attacks. But there is a build where you can instead do that, and so I think that's a really cool really cool way to change her into that gunslinger and really lean into that.
Yeah, we had a whole debate about going fighter and figuring out a way to be dual wielding, and then Extell, who has the most Pathfinder experience, was like, "Why don't you get gunslinger? So you can do it." You know,
Extell, who factually has the most Pathfinder experience, whether that's a lot of experience, that's up for debate. But factually, more than any of us two.
Correct. Yes, Extell. Now, finally, to you, can you tell us a little bit about your character build, and then
the long-awaited question,
the long-awaited, most important question.
So I'll save the best for last, of course. So I'm playing Jonny. I'm just kidding. I'm playing Arxes, but reimagined as whose name is Azrael in this one, an elf Aasimar monk with an oracle dedication. It's fun, right? It's great. It's gonna be a great time. Yeah, he's gonna be completely different than the alternate version of Arxes, and it's gonna be a great time.
I'm excited. And now the most important question: what's your favorite animal?
It's a bear.
A bear.
Bear.
Okay.
Yeah,
bears are good.
Bear. It's always a toss up for me between wolf and bear, but I say bear because people describe me as a bear. Like they're like, no, Becca. Don't you
Becca?
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word.
Oh, you faced it all what you were thinking. No. People say remind them of a bear. Because I don't know. Maybe I'm cuddly. Who knows?
I see it.
I can see
I
it.
do like to hibernate, so I mean that might be why too.
Who doesn't?
Absolutely. Okay.
Sure.
Well, now that I have the most critical part of my Dungeon Master's brew, are we ready to jump in for this evening, everybody?
I am so ready.
Very ready.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yes. The uncertainty. Amazing. Well, let's go ahead and then leave this lovely tavern and make our way out to our location for this adventure. And I'm going to need everyone to make a will saving throw.
Whoa, starting it off.
Right off the bat. Okay.
12. Okay.
Let's see, where are they?
15.
Where? That was my.
Where are those?
They're
Need to find them.
Well, sweet. Looks like the rolls are coming in clear.
Aha.
8. Some things never
They're
change.
right under your armor class.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, right.
In the big,
the huge box. I couldn't see it either.
And a 15. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Just some information I needed to have.
Of course.
Okay.
It's horrifying.
So,
some things never change, right?
Yep. We begin this adventure not in Ravenloft, but not somewhere too far from it. Maybe the Mistwall is a distant memory for these people here. Maybe they've heard rumors of a far-off land that is closed off from sunlight, but the darkness still touches here a little bit. As a group of friends and adventurers make their way along a sullen road on the way to visit their very good friend who has sent them a message saying that they've just got a new pet. They're very excited to introduce everyone to, and they're also very excited to have their help with a problem they've been having with some of the wildlife in their area. Of course, you immediately rush to your good friend's aid because your good buddy Baja Blast has been there for you for so long. And when they call for you, there was no debate among any of your minds, and you set off on the road immediately toward Baja's cottage on the edge of the dark wood in the edge of this sullen place.
I would do anything for Baja Blast.
Did we just do an ad-lib for a one-shot?
We just did Mad Libs.
No, Mad Lib, that's what it is.
Really important questions, Johnny.
Of course,
very
yes.
important. Okay.
I fucking love this.
Can you please take this seriously for 1 second?
Learning about each other as friends.
As friends? What's important to us?
Oh, man.
Okay.
Love
so
it.
as you're riding along this road, not riding, sorry, you're walking along this road. You're not level 2. We don't have horses. It's a little trek. You guys are in the midst of in the midst of walking along, spread out along the road. The two at the middle of your party are making a little bit of a noise as they're heatedly, Katrina and Extell are currently heatedly discussing.
Extell's there?
Oh, sorry, not Extell.
Yeah.
Azrael.
Extell's just there.
Extell's my character.
I swear I did that like 2 weeks ago too, and like I got the same exact fucking shit.
Yeah,
it's okay. I am my character. It's okay. Yes. I love it.
Azrael and
it's
Katrina.
The X's and the L's in the names that get us tripped up.
Absolutely.
Love that song.
Azrael and Katrina are heatedly in the midst of a discussion that Azrael brought up and Katrina's kind of gotten roped into, where Azrael's going into quite a bit of detail about his grandmother's gout. So you are just watching. Katrina, why haven't you stopped him yet?
I just like to hear him talk. You know, if he wants to talk about it, I'm here for him. I'll let him talk. Always in there for a friend.
Azrael, where are you, tell us a little bit about this. Can you give us the down low on what's going on here? What's there to discuss?
Well, one day she tripped over because it's so painful sometimes for her. So it's like when she tries to walk, she cannot move fast or well. So
oh my god, that's so sad.
It makes for a funny sight sometimes. I don't know why she does not heal it. I mean, she, after all, is an angel, of course, but it does not matter. For some reason, she wishes to experience the lives of mortals, and I'm not sure I understand why. It is a conundrum.
Is it you at the front of the group? This noise is starting to be noticeable. What are you going to do to get your people in line?
Okay, listen. I'm trying to get us through the forest without attracting any danger. And I swear, if you say gout one more time,
we could have some fun.
I'm going to throw up and I'm going to make it
house.
Your problem.
Come on,
have you ever had gout?
It is this way.
It's quite a time.
Izzy, it's at this point that you notice that Nav is not among your... There's only 3 of you. Nav is somewhere off down the path, doing whatever. Nav, what are you currently doing that you've gotten a little bit separated from the group?
I'm currently collecting a bunch of mushrooms from the side of the road for experimentation later.
Izzy, you see Nav just...
Nav! Come on. You need to stay with the group.
We are all near each other.
Yes, but, the thing is that we're traveling and you are not.
I'm traveling.
What did you find? Is it cool?
It's a lovely mushroom that I believe is poisonous. Ooh. Would you like to eat it?
I could try.
I just find a stump on the ground and I just sit down and I say, when you are ready to go, let me know.
Poison can cure nausea. You mentioned throwing up a few moments prior. If you get the nausea out of you, then you are cured of it.
She just
does it work on
turns away.
I suppose if you made it into a paste and applied it specifically to...
I look over at Azrael. I'm like,
Perhaps I could... I don't know why she insists on keeping it, but it would be nice for her to not have it anymore, so no one would have to carry her around the house.
Maybe she just wants to be cured the human way.
Now, as you approach with the poison mushroom to hand it over to Katrina and Azrael, you notice... Now, you're not sure.
Okay.
You're pretty sure Katrina usually only has 1 shadow. And right now, she has 2.
That's rad.
Growing a friend? Growing a friend?
Not that I know of. Only friends I have are you 3 and Baja Blast. For now.
We'll get you a few more. You already have another one. I keep pointing at the shadow.
Ooh, where? I look over.
Katrina, can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah.
No, there's probably nothing. It's probably from the light of my halo and the way it's beaming on you.
Here he goes again about this halo. He just has to put it all in our face. We get it. You're, a descendant of the angels. God.
I'm so sorry. Which check did you want?
A perception check.
Okay, what is that in
perception?
Pathfinder?
It's still perception, I believe.
It's still perception
it's
check.
just perception. Yeah.
Oh.
It should be.
It's to the right. So you have like performance. Go to the right.
It.
Yeah.
Perception 15.
They put it way over there.
You look down and you have two distinct shadows on the ground, which you've never had two shadows before.
Whoa.
The one leading up to the right, you see a faint like rustle around its edges, like the fluttering of. It almost looks like a bird wing, not like it has wings extending from it, but the edges are just faintly distorted as if by feathers. You glance up to see if anything's making this shadow, and you see an enormous beast just above the canopies of the trees lurking. There's a disturbance as it launches forth up into the air and begins skittering its way through the canopy top in the direction that you guys are heading, in the direction of Baja's cottage.
Well,
see, Izzy, we are going to have fun today. Let's go.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Or are we just the smartest people you know?
As you walk.
Now let me tell you about my grandfather, the god of...
Yes.
And you guys continue walking. Nav, you notice that the shadow on the ground around Katya, or Katerina, that's going to be very confusing, around Katerina's feet, the second one fluttered away in a scatter of almost like raven's wings as that creature departed. It seemed that whatever they were was connected.
I'm going to put a hand on Katrina's shoulder and go, your friend will return.
I can't wait.
It'll be very fun.
They'll get to meet Baja.
And everyone loves Baja.
Everyone.
Yes, it looked like it went towards Baja, so we should probably hurry up and maybe have a party there.
Baja is such a blast.
I imagine that Nav is just putting something directly in Esmeralda's face, and she's having to like back up and.
It smells strong.
I think I'm okay. Thank you.
I tuck the mushroom behind her ear.
Okay.
Like a flower, but it's a mushroom.
It is
After
beautiful.
about 5 minutes, it begins to numb and also burn a little bit. It gets a little hot.
Once Nav puts it there, and once they look away, I take it away, and I just act like it was never there.
You continue pushing on through the forest. You're not too far from the house, maybe like 10-minute continued walk. As you come around a bend, you see the river that Baja built up around the area to kind of keep it protected and irrigated. As you get closer, you begin to see the tinkling of the fairy lights that Baja has in their central tree. And you hear a shriek, a crash and rending of wood, and the screeching of some animal. I need everyone. What are you doing? You still are not within in viewing range of the cottage. You have like one bend. Is anyone doing anything, or are you just running up?
I'm just gonna run up.
Run up?
I mean, is this a normal sound from Baja's house?
Good question.
Is this their kind of vibe?
Honestly, it is a little bit their kind of vibe. They tend to get themselves into some chaos.
Okay.
Especially with the creatures around here. So if you choose to just, you know what, you'll get there when you get there, you can do that.
No, I went in on it.
Yeah, I think Izzy would definitely be, there would be a cause for concern after that creature, and we're coming here to deal with it. Sure. I would like to, if possible, do maybe like a perception just to keep an eye out and make sure that we're not about to get ambushed.
Sure.
While also following the trail. So I don't know if you want survival or perception or something else, but that's what Izzy would be doing.
So here we come to our first interesting point of difference between D&D and Pathfinder, apart from many things. Initiative in Pathfinder can be based on multiple different skills, depending on how you choose to approach the combat. So people who are just charging into combat based on instinct, they're going to most likely roll their perception check instead of an initiative check. But if you choose to stealth or argue that I feel like I'm using survival here to gain an advantage in going first in combat, we can roll something else. So does anyone, so those of you who are just charging up, if you're just moving on instinct, you're going to be making a perception check. Izzy, if you would like to make a survival or perception check, maybe survival to get a sense of like where an enemy, if one, might be, I would allow you to do that.
My perception is higher anyway, so I'll just use that if that's cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We need like a Is it
doing
like,
those now, or do we need tokens?
Do we need a token out to do similar to?
I have tokens, but I will plug it in as we go since I did not have you guys on that, and I want to.
I rolled already.
Add those on.
So I click the initiative button.
Initiative, which will automatically roll it as perception.
You wanted to send it.
Okay.
Cool. Wow.
Got it. So we got
getting some pretty good ones.
Can we make an argument for any one of these skills, or is it just the ones you mentioned?
Anyone that would make sense to you.
Could I argue athletics for just sprinting in there as fast as I could?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Oh no.
That's an acrobatics, not an athletics.
Oh shit, you're right. Really on my game today. Oh, see, much better. That makes a lot more sense. 21.
Okay.
I know my language.
I eloquently.
Mind your language.
So, Katrina, you're going with that 21 for athletics, just charging in. Nav, you're going with the 22 perception check. Izzy, I have you at a 17, and Azrael, I have you at a 16. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Damn, those are some high initiatives. Holy crap.
They are very high initiatives.
Are they? Are they?
Well, that's true. That's another big thing between Pathfinder and D&D is that, like, the numbers are a little different.
We're in D&D, yes, but no.
Okay. I'm keeping a practical list here.
Sure.
And then, Okay. So actually, top of the order, as you guys charge in, I'm going to drop you guys on the map so you are seeing what you're running up on. I would say that, Katrina, you're going to be at the front of the group. You're also going to be going first of the group, but not of the combat. There is a combatant going before you.
Okay.
You guys charge up onto the scene between the round river bend that surrounds Baja's small cottage and stables. You see the fairy lit tree in the center where they have bedecked it with different lanterns that are glittering calmly. Those of you who relied on perception, what you notice is that the scream was coming from the direction of Baja's stables, where you see a small goblinoid creature being harassed by a giant eagle that is currently attacking them. And also you notice that there are 2 giant rats ravaging through Baja's plant beds to the left side of the map. At the top of the initiative order, as you guys are charging in around the bend, you see the eagle rip down into Baja's like upper neck and rend out a vital piece of his body, and you see them collapse to the ground. The eagle still like harassing, but you can tell that Baja has been knocked unconscious and is currently going to be making death saving throws.
Okay.
At the top of the order is actually the giant rats, who rolled a 23 on initiative.
And just to clarify one more time. So to the left, we see the stables, the eagle rending into Baja, our love and very nice friend, Baja.
Our most cherished friend.
Of course. And then to the right, where were these giant rats again?
They're over in the patches of plants.
Patches of plants, okay.
They're currently like ripping into the plants over there. There's
right, okay. So those are a little bit less of an urgent matter.
Possibly,
okay.
Yes.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the top of the order, we are going to have the giant rats go. They, seeing you guys charge up, they hear the sound of approaching humanoid feet. You see them and begin charging in your direction. Since they are at such a distance, they are probably going to use all 3 of their movement actions.
Oh shit, that's right. You can fucking do that.
They can move multiple times to get up in range. They have 30 feet movement. So let's see if they can generally get up in range.
Damn.
So 30 feet of movement times 3 is 90. So I think, they're going to be able to get up in range. So these 2 are going to charge in that direction. One thing with Pathfinder, I'm going to say right now that we're not doing, because I don't know how to set it up on the Roll20 and I didn't want to think about it, is technically in Pathfinder, when you move double diagonal, it counts movement slightly differently. We're just going to be running with it as a 5-point count for simplicity. So if you're
that's what I do too.
Raging off screen, I'm telling you right now.
It does it for D&D as well. It's so much more simple just to use the ruler.
Really
it's really not that big of a deal for an extra 5 feet. Like, who fucking cares? Yeah.
It can stack up over time, but these 2 little rats are going to use their full 90 feet of movement to get in your direction
and
over here.
can you move the bookmark over to the map that you're using?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I am, actually.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
Why do I not see?
I see the map.
Oh, I know why. I'm in GM mode.
Jonny.
It's all good.
Jonny,
I'll
you're
be,
not the GM.
I'm not the GM. I forgot to switch it back.
What are you
I am cheating.
doing?
So sorry.
Okay.
So sorry. All right.
So these two rats,
Here
one
I
is going to
am.
get up in range.
Nosferatu.
One is going to get up in range of Azrael. The other one is going to be in range
There we
of
go.
Nav. Also, I feel like this order, I'm just going to move Katya over. So I think Katya
Katrina.
or Katerina, you would probably have to be at the front of the group. Since you are
so much.
moving fastest. Let me just put you guys in initiative order, actually. So it would have been, oh, sorry, Nav, actually, you're going first. Katrina, Nav, Katrina, Izzy, and then Azrael. So I'll put you guys in that order. So these two skittering enormous rats run up in your direction. They're unable to make an attack this round, but they are within melee of you. That is their turn. Nav, it is your turn. Katrina, you're on deck.
Hello. Yes. Do opportunity attacks exist same as before or no?
I believe so. Let me double check that.
I think those are actually features that people get because the fighter gets opportunity attacks.
Let me see if they have a reaction. They do not have a reaction.
Great. Yeah. Fuck these rats. I'm getting out of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to stride twice, which I believe will activate my sudden charge thing. So if I stride twice and at the end of my movement, within melee reach of one enemy, I can make a melee strike against that enemy for free. And I'm going to do that to the bird because I can get there.
Charge up in that direction. And what is your melee attack?
Not Vaughn, Nav from their very immaculate, well put together suit is going to draw a large greatsword and is going to attack this bird.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
I would love to, and I totally know how to do that.
Attack 19. So that's going to be a 19 to hit. That just barely hits, I think. No, it doesn't. No, it hits him. It hits him solidly.
Okay, great.
Nice.
You bring down an attack on this bird. As you get up in range of it, you see that it's got like this strange carapace on its back that you can't identify in the heat of the moment as you smash it off of your buddy. So that's how many points of damage?
That's 6 slashing, it appears to be.
6 slashing points of damage.
Nice.
Yes, that is actually enough. This bird is not very strong. You come in, you slash it, you cut it thoroughly up the center, and it scatters aside in separate pieces. Its arms going limp.
Wow.
The carapace off of its back detaches, and you see a skittering bug with 2 wings hovering up that seems to have been previously attached to the back of the creature.
Ew.
That is the end
Gross.
of
It's not.
Your turn. Oh, it's not. Go ahead.
I only use 2 of my actions.
Right.
I assume since if I attack again, I get a penalty, even though I didn't use an attack action to do as such, so I don't know the rules on that. Because I did use a strike action. I just said you make a melee strike against that enemy.
I think this would be the second attack.
Yeah,
instead
this
of
would still
third.
count. You'd still take the first level of penalty.
Okay.
So like a -5
well,
or
now seeing this
something.
creepy bug, though, I'm just going to enter a rage instead, I guess.
Nice.
Sure. Okay. You use your third action of the combat to take a rage.
Yeah.
As you see this enormous, it looks mosquito-like. It's got horrible, like, serrated legs. It detaches from the back of the bird. You see that your friend on the ground is certainly dealing with some death saving throws right now. That is... No, Katrina, it is your turn. And then it would have been the bird. Bird is not here.
Rip. Well,
Rip.
I see that Baja is in great hands, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack this rat here on the left.
Okay.
With my... I guess I don't want to move. So... am I is that one in range? Or
which one?
The gray one. Like, is it on the spot next to me, or do I need to like shimmy that little? Okay.
It would have been 5 away from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just realized that I have a thing. It's called 10 Paces. It's one of the gunslinger abilities where I get a +2 circumstance bonus to my initiative roll, so I just increased it to 19 instead of 17.
Thank you for letting me know.
Saying that. And then also I get to interact and draw one-handed firearm or one-handed crossbow. And that is all that matters for now.
Great. Okay, got it. Okay. You will be up next then, Izzy.
I am going to hit this rat with a sword.
Sure. 29. That's
29
not
hit?
only going to hit, that's going to be a critical hit. So in Pathfinder, when you exceed the DC by 10 or more, you also it counts as a critical success.
Hell
so
yeah.
you're going to get to do the critical damage. What does it look like to do
Which is 29?
22
No, 20,
points,
22.
Okay.
22 points of slashing damage to a rat with 8 HP.
So the rat skitters up to me and Katrina just says, "Oh, hello, buddy," and just stakes the sword downward through its skull.
And also another important note is that versatile P means that you can do versatile piercing damage or slashing damage. You get to choose. So that's so yeah, you can pierce it.
Yep.
Holy
Amazing.
shit.
And then I'm going to do another attack on the other rat.
One thing quickly, as you bring that one down, a similar bug-like carapace detaches from the giant rat in front of you, and there is a second one of these skittering large creatures.
I don't like that.
I'm going to try and hit that then. And what sort of, there's a little button for it. Oh, okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
There's an 8 hit.
An 8?
Oh,
an 8 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I am going to use my last action to put my shield up.
Raise shield.
Shield block. Okay, you're using... stab, swing the bug just like in the way when you hit, like it just wafts up on some air and you raise the shield instinctively towards it.
Yes. So raise shield. Raise shield is the action. That's a reaction that you have.
Oh,
just to clear that up. But the trigger is important to keep in mind since you did raise your shield. Just wanted to clarify.
Absolutely. Katrina, that is your turn. Izzy, it's your turn. Then it's going to be Baja's turn, and then it's going to be Azrael.
All right, so using my quick draw, I'm going to be able to draw a weapon and attack with the same motion. So I already had one out. I'm pulling my second crossbow out, and I'm going to be making an attack towards this one that... I'm going to make an attack towards the bug creature.
Sure.
Because that shit's whack.
Raiders, hello.
Oh, Raiders. Oh, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Okay.
Hey,
so
what's up,
hand
y'all?
crossbow
Like
attack.
Blast.
Is that weapon attack display and attack only roll? I don't understand the difference between that, but we're gonna give it a shot with that. That is a 20.
20 to hit that one?
Yeah.
That is going to hit.
Okay, cool. 2 piercing damage. Got a
2 points
real
piercing damage.
crap roll, but that's okay. That was a thing that I needed to figure out is if I add my dexterity to the damage, but I never got that cleared up.
I don't think you do. I think that's
I don't think so either.
Before the next round, and we'll move forward with whatever you find out.
I don't think so. I think there's only specific classes that can do that because I know Katrina can. But anyways.
Yeah. You draw one gun, fire, it shoots right around. You catch it on a wing, but it only chips off a bit of its chitinous wing. Last action?
Yes. Oh, and on my first action, on my first turn, I can step up to 10 feet as a free action. So I'm going to move 10 feet that away.
Sure.
Just behind the rat and that bug thing. And then, let's see.
At this point, you guys are also aware there is a bug on the back of the last giant rat as well. You've seen enough to know that there is one on that creature as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you have another action, Izzy?
I do. I have 2 more actually. I am going to just shoot my second hand crossbow towards the other towards the bug again. I'm going to see what happens with this. 14 to hit.
14 does not
14
hit,
does
unfortunately.
not.
You chip the wing, you fire as you do like that dramatic slide to the left. Is she wearing like a trench coat? Does she wear a trench coat?
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
Or her cloak
I like the
or whatever
idea.
she's wearing sort of like dashes aside. It's very, what's that really
Matrix-y.
popular movie? That guy. Yeah,
Yep.
that one.
Yep.
That could be anything.
So
But
The movie with the guy in the trench coat?
Right.
The movie with the coats and the guns.
Baja is going to, on their turn, make
last thing.
Oh,
I have
ahead.
one more. I'm going to do my Raconteur's Reload, in which that means that I get to use rapid and forceful words to draw the enemy's attention away from your hands long enough to chamber another bullet. I get to reload and then make a deception check to create a diversion or an intimidation check to demoralize.
Okay.
I would like to create a diversion away from Vaughn and our good friend Baja. I'm just gonna be like,
you mean Nav?
Your mom.
Your mom.
Of course. To that bug.
Over that way.
So
the bug seems temporarily distracted.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to do a deception check or something like that, but up to you.
That would be a deception check, as if I'm understanding the wording there.
Right. That's a 7.
A 7. You yell it. You get the sense this bug doesn't have an intense sense of self-esteem, and your mom comment doesn't really hit the mark.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a death check for Baja.
Yeah.
He currently is sitting at a 1 dying condition, which means he has to beat an 11 to reduce that value.
13.
By 1. What?
That's my guess.
No, it's 13 is your guess.
That's my guess, yeah.
Okay.
It's really
He does not jump to his feet.
Damn it.
So you're not sure what happened.
All right.
Really unnerving that they rolled deception for a death check.
No, that was
I
me.
didn't roll that.
That was
yours. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I was just
rolling
trying to
for
get their
it.
attention.
That was the first one I saw. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Vaughn, you notice at your side.
really
boom.
good.
Sorry, Nav. I'm so sorry. Nav, you notice at your size, Baja chokes up blood and doesn't seem to be doing very well. The Naruto headband across his head is splattered and sweaty as he is on death's door.
No!
No!
Baja!
No, Baja.
Azrael,
But that-
it is your turn.
They were such
And then we're
a
going to be back at the top of
blast.
the order.
All right. So let me clarify. Is this bug thing over here still alive?
Yes, it is.
And that one as well.
Yes, and is the giant. There's also a giant rat that is alive. That seems to have another one of those bugs on its back.
Awesome sauce. So what I'm going to do is a thing. Ready? Who's next to me right here?
I'm so ready for this.
That's Katrina.
So Azriel's gonna like put a hand out and kind of like move slightly forward in front of Katrina.
Sure.
And I'm going to use my last 2 actions to haunting him. So they're gonna have to make a. Azriel starts singing. He's like lullaby and good night, and then he's gonna sing, and they have to make a fortitude save against DC
How many?
16.
Is it every enemy in a radius, or is it a specific target?
Every enemy within a 15-foot cone, 120-foot range.
That is going to hit both of those bugs and the giant rat. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. It's a will save?
It is a fortitude save. Let me throw it in there.
Fortitude save. Okay. So
DC
bug number
16.
1 that is detached rolled a 13.
That does not pass.
The rat rolls even lower, and the third bug that is still attached rolls a 7. All 3 of them fail.
Nice.
So they take 2 damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if this is heightened, so we're just gonna go with the base one. So it's just 2 damage that they take from this sonic song that Azriel starts singing.
I love it.
And
Amazing.
that is my turn.
What was the save DC is 16, I believe. I think the lowest one rolled a 7. So none of them critically failed, but one of them got close.
No.
Okay. So they all take that damage, and is it just that damage?
Yeah, it's just 2.
Got it. You see as they like buffet about on these sonic waves that radiate on this glorious, like hypnotic orchestral sound. Anything else, Azrael?
That is my turn because I moved, and then is a 2 action thing to do that. So that is it.
Fantastic.
Izzy plugs her ears and just yells out, "Well, it's better than hearing about his grandmother's gout."
And in that moment where you're bracing, you feel a sudden flutter of wings as the bug is going to charge forward and attack you, Izzy.
Oh, no.
It's going to be bugs, rats, and then back to Nav. So Nav, you're going to be on deck. The bug is going to swarm up and attack you with barbed legs. So it's going to use the first action to do that. That is going to hit you with a 24.
That definitely hits. Yep.
Does that beat your AC by 10?
No. Okay.
So it's going to hit you with that. You feel it like grabs onto you with these barbed legs, which allows it to attach to you as it then begins to drain your blood with its second action.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is going to deal. Let me get my
So the first one didn't do any damage.
The first one did not do any damage.
Got
it just
so
attached
we are
onto
now
you.
doing damage. Okay.
Okay. That is going to be 3 points of damage, and it gains 3 temporary hit points. You also gained the drained condition at level 1. So you currently, Izzy, have blah, blah, blah. Let me see. You have a -1 penalty to all constitution-based checks and saves. And you lose a number of hit points equal to your level times the drain value. So you lose 2 hit points in addition.
On top of the 3.
On top of the 3. And your maximum HP is reduced by 3.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, by 2. Because it's just 2.
Ouch.
Yes, as it begins to suck onto you. The bug on top of the rat is not going to take actions as it is focusing on something else.
Now, real quick. So I'm taking 3 points of damage from that 28.
Correct. Yes.
But then I'm reduced to 26 in that same turn. So do I take 3 from 26? Because otherwise, all things considered, I was at 28, and then I would be at what? That would be 5 damage. I'd be at 23. But that doesn't work out with 26 because I would be at 21. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you lose those hit points and your max HP is reduced. So you're losing 5 hit points and you're losing 2 hit points off your max AC.
Okay, so then I'll take the 5 off and then I'll reduce it. Okay,
cool. Reduce the total total HP by 2. Sure.
Cool.
Okay. As you do that, the other bug is going to attack you, Nav.
Oh, I'm shocked.
That is not going to hit with a total of 10. It's going to use its second attack action to try and hit you again. It's going to take a penalty on that.
Yeah.
But it will hit with a 22.
Damn.
And it's going to use its third action to do the blood drain. That is going to deal 4 points of damage, and you're going to take 2 additional. So you're going to take a total of 6 points of damage and reduce your max HP by 2.
Cool.
Ouch.
Yes.
As these creatures are attached to you.
Yes.
One thing I'll say to both
I'm reading.
Yeah. One thing I'll say to you guys, as they are attached, you can tell the creature has less mobility than when it was detached. So be aware of that.
Okay. I think the one on me has one more action because it attached as its attack and then it did the blood drain, and I believe it has one more. I don't think it did anything else with that. No, I think it moved.
Yeah, I guess it moved to get in range of you. So that would have been yeah. Also, cool. I don't think it can do the blood drain happening twice doesn't make sense to me.
Sure.
Okay. So that is their turn. It is now the remaining rat's turn. The rat in front of Katya is going to make an attack on you. Ooh. Sorry, Katrina. We should have chosen a different thing. This is very complicated.
This was your idea. You wanted this.
I made choices. I like it. We We're doing it.
We could have all been named Baja Blast.
We should have been. I wish I would have thought of that.
Okay.
Everybody gets renamed.
Mm-hmm. It is going to strike out with its jaws. Don't forget you have your shield reaction available to you.
I'm on it.
Okay, the first attack is going to be a 24 to hit.
That does hit.
Do you want to use your... I don't know how exactly... Does the shield reaction just increase your AC?
No, it prevents damage.
Okay.
You would take... Okay, while you have your shield raised, you would snap your shield. Okay, how much damage would it take? Let's see.
The amount up to the shield's hardness.
Which I believe is 5 for Katrina?
Yes.
Right.
So you reduce it by 5.
So I wouldn't take any shoot. So I don't take any damage then.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. So the second one is going to be with the penalty, that's going to be a 22 to hit. But the third attack is only a 2 to hit. So the third attack doesn't hit.
Right. The other 2 do, though.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that the first attack total does 3 points of piercing damage. And then the second attack total is going to do 5 points of piercing damage. Does your shield manage to negate all of that damage?
I think it
from a physical attack. So I think it's just one of those.
Okay.
Okay, so I would block the first and then take 5 from the other.
Got it. Okay, you block the first one. It is gnawing up on you. You bash it back. It then weasels up under your shield and gnaws onto your arm. You take 5 points of damage. I also need you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You are
26?
absolutely fine. As you feel these gnashing, rotted teeth of the rat that you don't want to know what kind of diseases this thing is carrying, you manage to avoid whatever that is. It is now your turn. Katrina, you're on deck.
Okay, this bug's on me. Can I rip it off of me?
You can attempt to.
Okay, what am I looking to roll to rip this little guy off of me?
I would say this is going to be an athletics check, or if you have a different check, you would argue if you want to argue for sleight of hand or something. I would hear that, but I would say it's an athletics check versus its base athletics DC.
I'm still good at athletics, so I think I'll go for that one.
Got it.
Is it a 21 enough?
21 is definitely enough. As you rip it out, this long piercer retracts from your skin. You manage to get it off of you, and currently that is your first. That was your first action of the round.
Yeah. Can I then attack it?
Yes. You have not used an attack action.
Yeah. Guess I'll just drop it on the ground and then stab it.
Sure. Go ahead. Make an attack.
Okay. Does that hit?
It certainly does, and that is a critical success.
It's worse than my normal
10.
damage.
Well, that's shitty. We'll just double what it did on the regular one.
That's fine.
Okay, so you roll.
I also deal an additional 2 damage because I am raging.
Okay.
Nice.
So what is that total damage for me? If we're taking that D12 doubled?
That D12 doubled and then not doubling the modifier, that'd be 29.
29. That is enough to completely crush this bug. You stab it, your blade sinks into the loose dirt and stones beneath it. And you see it completely expire, almost entirely split down the middle. That bug is dead. What else are you doing, Vaughn?
Can I? Yeah, thank you. Can I try to grab the important organ that was ripped out of Baja Blast and put it back in them?
Sure.
I would like to just put that back in there. Hopefully that fixes the problem.
Don't even clean it off or nothing.
You know what? Let me do a quick check on whether you can make a medicine check as...
It's not technically a simple object interact.
No.
But I'm just putting it in there.
You know what? I will allow you to make a medicine check to attempt to give him advantage on his next death save.
Great.
Or
anything in this.
+2 bonus on his next death save.
Okay. No bonus to this whatsoever. A 7.
7. It does not help. It doesn't hurt, but you are scrabbling, trying to keep the pressure on the wound, and it is unable to prevent him. It's not unable to help him.
There's a huge chunk of dead bug still on it as I'm shoving it back in the cavity.
The piercer is God, gross.
Sorry,
why did I make it? Katrina, it's your turn. Izzy, you're on deck.
All right. I'm going to dispatch this rat that's been giving me trouble.
Sure.
14.
Versus the rat's AC, that is not going to hit.
Damn.
It has an AC of 15.
Well, let's try again. Nope.
No. It's at an awkward angle underneath your shield. You're unable to get do you want to make a third attack?
Yeah, why not? Even work. Nope. I'm just flailing about, struggling with this rat right now.
Yeah, it's kind of got stuck on a bit of your strap, and you're struggling to get anything from that. You know what I'm just realizing? The first attack would have hit because you and Izzy are flanking it, so it is flat-footed. So your attack would have had, I believe, a +2, which would bump you over its AC. So the first attack is going to hit.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, great. At least I got one in.
That crit
what
damage?
was the damage on the first one?
That was
just
7.
basic. 7 points of damage to that rat.
It dies.
Which that rat already took damage. That's enough to finish it off. So you're struggling. We'll you're struggling with it. It's stuck to the shield. You manage to just like get this weird angle. You get spurted and covered in blood as you manage to like stab and scrape it off of you. That rat is no more, but a third bug detaches from its back.
And I would have just attacked the bug, so we can apply these two to that bug.
Sure, and it would not have, those would not have hit. Okay, so let me grab a third little bug. Izzy, it is your turn.
Okay. I have one on my neck right now. I'm getting a free ride here, so I'm going to go ahead and try and do like what do I want to do? Is it possible to like detach would I have any like disadvantage for shooting at it? I don't get disadvantage when I'm near somebody because that's one of the things that I have. But like if I try to shoot it on my neck, would I have any disadvantage? Like, would I have any sense of that?
It's not disadvantage, but if you critical fail, you're gonna shoot yourself in the.
You're
gonna shoot yourself for sure.
Yep. That's a good thing to keep in mind for sure. Okay, well, I will use one of my actions to reload my other crossbow, so that I get my crossbow crack shot. And then that means that I gain a +2 circumstance bonus to my next strike, as well as a +1, just the damage. But anyways, I'm going to go for it because why not?
Absolutely. Azrael, just so you know, you're up after Baja's roll.
That's a 22.
22 is certainly going to hit. Their
awesome.
AC, while they are attached to you, they are flat-footed, so they also have a -2 bonus to their AC, which means, so close to being a critical hit. So close.
Dang. Let me just
bumped them down to a 14 AC, so it was 2 away. So the total damage on that is 4 points of damage.
Okay.
That is going to negate the temporary hit points they took from you, but they are still...
that is 5 points of damage because I get that +2, which is only an additional +1 because I already have +1. It's a thing. But yeah, so that'll be 5 damage for the regular attack.
Which means that's enough damage to kill it.
Yes! Let's go! Okay, cool. Right on. All right, so then that means that... Okay, so I have one that I just shot, and I have one that still has a bullet. That was 2 actions, 1 to reload, 1 to shoot. I don't need to move, so I'm going to use my other attack towards that other bug.
Sure.
Near Katrina. Yeah, I think that's all I can really do at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with my number 2 attack. That's a critical, natural 20.
Natural 20!
That is
nice.
a whopping 14 piercing damage for that critical hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd say there's something very special and meaningful about the fact that our DM, who usually is serving us so well in our other campaign, gets the final kill of the first combat on a natural 20.
Let's go.
Nice.
Take this bug down. Tell us how it happened.
Symbolic.
Okay. I imagine this thing just got out of the rat. So after Katrina kills the rat and it begins flying away, I shoot the one on my head and I see it going for Katrina and I say, duck! And as Katrina just randomly, just barely ducks, I shoot it and
what?
Yeah, right. And the arrow shoots out, or the bolt rather, shoots out and pierces the bug into the tree just behind it. And it's like, as the bolt pierces into it.
It scatters. There's a blood. Katrina, you've got rat blood all over you. You've got blood. You are looking nasty at this moment. We are staying in combat because we have a certain loyal friend who's currently still making death saves. Baja is going to make their second death save. Unless, Izzy, you don't have anything else, right?
No, I don't. That was all 3.
Okay. They now need to beat a 12 because they failed the last one.
I like this idea of not saying what happens for the roll. I love it. It's
got it. Okay. Nob, you are currently right above them. You see their eyes clarifying slightly, but they are still out of it. Nah, you're not. They're not jumping back up to their feet. Next, in turn, we have Azrael, and then we're going back to the top of the order with Nob. Azrael, what are you doing?
All right. All the things are dead, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna use 2 actions to get over here.
Charge on over
next to Baha.
Yep.
And he's just gonna go. All right, everybody, back up. I'm a professional. I'm an angel, so this is kind of my territory. Like
there he goes
fixing
again.
mortals and whatnot.
Goblin hand, just like.
Can I make a medicine
He's
check?
dying.
I actually do not have anything that will help.
Oh no!
It's like, yeah.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
All right.
Please fail.
I just
okay.
an 18.
Like, I want you to succeed, believe me, but I would think it would be so fucking funny to have.
You're not even trained in medicine?
It's just normal.
Oh my lord.
So
I love it. We have no healers on our team.
Love it. I noticed that when we did the planning. I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yep.
So it is not instantaneous. You are in this current moment using the treat wounds activity, which takes about 10 minutes. But with your base, you manage to like hold it, begin to stabilize. You take out some, like, rip some bandages off, tying things on, beginning to stabilize. He is going to regain a total of 2d8 hit points, but he will have whatever wounded condition he had. The dying condition is not removed.
Got it.
So go ahead and roll 2d8
Interesting. Okay. So he's still doing death
6.
saves, but he has 6 hit points whenever he comes back?
No, so basically when you are dying,
1.
he has wounded 1, correct.
Got it, okay. Got it, okay. We're good.
So you rush over, begin healing, getting things down, stopping the bleeding. It's mainly like a wound to the tendon, which the trap, essentially the trapezoid, was what was mostly damaged. It was not critical veins or arteries or anything like that. So you're able to staunch the bleeding. They regain 6 hit points. Ooh. As Baha's little bleary eyes open, the little headband is like slipped sideways across his forehead, and he like pushes it up with a little goblin hand.
It's a streak of blood across.
Yeah.
I like to say that Azrael the whole time was just saying stuff that he did not need to. Also, that because he knows nothing, this is all guesswork. He's just kind of working it out. He's like, everyone move back. I need 50 cc's of serotonin.
Yes.
What cerebral verti isn't functioning properly. I'm gonna have to cut in.
Those are not the correct words.
No,
you don't know.
Don't
You're not
cut
a
in.
doctor. I am.
Oh, he manages to come blearily back. He's like, oh, guys, God, I'm glad you're here. And he sort of like goes limp. We're gonna go ahead and take our break a little early at the end of this combat. With you guys recognizing the wreckage, seeing around. Baha's like, there's been a little bit of and his hand like extends up in the direction of the stable, and you see that the front of the stable doors have like, one of them has been blown off and there's wreckage within, as if something has forced its way out. So we're gonna go ahead and take our little 10-minute break, and we'll be back at 8:50 p.m. Pacific
15-minute break. 15. We'll be back at 8:55.
8:55.
But during the break, we are going to be giving away a free copy of Pathfinder 2nd Edition Core Rulebook that you can use for Roll20. So if you are interested in getting that, go ahead and join the giveaway by doing !Pathfinder. We're going to start the giveaway now, and we will be back in 15 minutes. So we will see you all soon. Bye.
Great. Thanks.
Bye.
Hi, we're back. Did we close out our raffle giveaway? Do we have any entrants?
Oh, yeah, we need to do that. Our winner is, unsurprisingly, Darth Caters. I'll be sending you the code later tonight.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Darth Caters. We are going to be jumping back in as our strange little party has gathered around their fallen friend Baja, who they've just managed to bring back up to 6 hit points.
Yes.
He gestures back in the direction of the stable, and he's like, oh, shucks.
I'm so glad you're okay, Baja. It's so good to see you again.
Thanks, bud. His little weak goblin hands sort of grab on, like, you know, like a baby grabbing on just like a couple of your fingers. She's gone. I did. Oh, no, the whole reason I invited you here, I wanted you to meet my new pet, and you guys were all going to like her so much. And,
all right.
Oh.
Back, everybody. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Who's your friend?
Oh, well, I just had her brought in because I've been having so many problems with the forest. I got this new guard animal, and I knew you guys were all going to love her because I ordered her real special. She's real powerful. She's real strong, but one of those creatures just got, one of those bug things just got a hold of her, and she just went herself, and she tore out of here, and oh, no. And this, and I was like, I got this morning as he lifts up this like bloodied scroll that seems to have been like loosely in his pocket as if he maybe grabbed it right before the attack. And he's like, I don't even know what this means. I've gotten a couple strange notes recently, but I didn't even know anyone lived in the area. Who wants the note?
Nav.
Nav is grabbing the note.
While Nav grabs it, I'll let Nav go first, but I'm going to be looking for like tracks and stuff.
Sure, absolutely. What are you looking for? Like tracks of something in particular? Like tracks of?
I'm looking for specifically the thing that was in here. Maybe I can glean what it might have been, while also checking where it might have gone.
Sure.
That way we can follow wherever it went.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a survival check. While Nav is reviewing the note, Katrina and Azrael, would either of you like to be doing anything?
I'm just listening intently.
Sure.
I'm going to do a bit of fortune telling.
Ooh, interesting.
Perfect time for that.
Would you like to hear the note so that you can? I don't know how your fortune telling ability works, but if you have to ask a specific question, would you like to hear the note first?
I just know lore about fortune telling.
What? Sorry, what was that?
You're just going to start going just like, so they started telling fortunes back in the year 67 AD.
Hey,
that's what you're going to start doing?
We have another Raiders from the Lollygaggers. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
We're testing out Pathfinder 2nd edition, so if you're interested, stick around.
You just got here for a perfect bit of exposition. We just finished the first combat where their very good friend, Baja the Goblin, was attacked by a series of rabid animals and seems to have lost their guard pet to these creatures with evil bugs. I'm going to go ahead and put the note for all of you to see, and I will go ahead and read it. Or unless, Nav, would you like to read it aloud for the group, or do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay, got it. I'll go ahead and show this to you. Show to everyone. It is in an extravagant, lofty script on a rude note. It opens. My dear Lint Liquor, you have crossed the limitations of my boundless patience. I requested you release the beast not once, not twice, but thrice. Perhaps my instructions were above the minuscule intellect of a lesser being. You are the lesser being, Lint Liquor, and I, the greater being, should have counted for that. But you counted your eggs before they hatched in one basket, and that makes you the chicken. So now your chicken has flown to my coop. Mwahaha. If you are stupid enough to try and steal your chicken back, I will destroy you. So don't even think about it, Linklicker. I will make her the most feared steed in all of the land, a better fate than any paltry chicken life you would have offered. You're not sure that's what the person who wrote that sounds like? But if you had to
But
guess,
that's the voice I do when I read it aloud.
I think that's the reason why I get a 9 on my survival check is because I can't fucking focus because I'm just hearing Nav reading this note like that. Like, Fuck it. I can't find
I'm reciting it like Shakespeare.
Oh my god.
Do we know who sent
I'm
you
holding this
note?
bug like Yorick's skull.
Oh, man.
Are you asking, Katrina, are you asking your buddy
I'm asking
Baha?
Baha, yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's other people who live in the forest, but none of them talk like that. I started getting these threatening notes a couple days ago. I'm not entirely sure what had happened with it, but I don't know. Nobody I know talks like that, but it's pretty specific.
Where did you get this animal from?
Now, I know you guys have said not to do like the mail order stuff through the mist, but they have some really interesting stuff over there.
They do have the best stuff. You gotta admit.
They have really good stuff. And I
like look at Izzy. I'm like, come on, you gotta admit they have the best stuff. Like, come on.
Did you use the merchant named Wish? Because Wish never gives you good stuff. It looks like a great deal. And then Wish brings it to you, and then it's just absolutely terrible.
Okay,
you didn't use Wish, did you?
Got gout.
I didn't.
Oh my god, again with the gout!
Oh, that explains a lot.
Look, I know we don't like Wish, but he told me he had this great contact, this guy named Cyrus Bellevue, who would make just like the coolest crack over there and like through the mist. And so I was able to put in a special order, and I made it all out of all your favorite stuff. So I know you guys are gonna like it, but like, and I even had like, I wasn't just stupid about it, okay? I also got in you see Baha goes and grabs this like intricate arcane collars. Like, I made sure I had this on hand to control it. Of course, it didn't really work once they ripped it off of him.
No.
But he's
yeah, and then I'm just gonna reach out for it. Put it in my pocket.
No, I take it out. I take it out of Izzy's pocket.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. You're probably better with it.
I cast Detect Magic because I can at will.
Great.
Ooh.
You cast Detect Magic at will.
Will? That's right.
Yes, this is one of the
so
really cool things about the Nav build. Just an arcane sense about them. Is that, does it take time or is it just instantaneous?
It just says you get to cast first level Detect Magic as an arcane innate spell. Yeah, at will.
Sure. Got it. Great. As this conversation is going, you detect it. This has a strong enchantment magic on it. It is essentially a bonding spell for a creature. So it's like a training collar. So if a creature was wearing it for an extended period of time, they would eventually be like trained to work with whoever their master is. Another thing you note is that this collar has a connection with can I have you make an occult check? Which is essentially
I'm specialized with the occult.
I also gain a +2 circumstance bonus to occultism checks to identify magic with the mental, possession, prediction, or scrying traits.
Cursed family.
It does not have any of those traits. So,
none of the mental or possession ones?
No, it is not a possession thing. Izzy, would you like to make that check? As this is
no, Nov's got it.
No, I don't.
Nov thought. I thought. Okay.
I have a reroll. Should I use it on a one shot?
Do it. You won't.
I will.
Nice.
20.
Worth it.
You can tell that this thing was essentially forcibly removed from the creature, so it broke the bonding. But if it was re-put on the creature, they would be docile again to whoever their master is.
Oh, so it's got a breakaway. That's very safe. That's good.
Yeah.
The other thing you note is that there is a secondary enchantment that's essentially like a radial abjuration spell that was connected to what you see as a broken totem statue that was in front of the tree. You see like there's a broken pedestal there that was enchanted to allow the creature to move within a certain radius.
Okay. So it's kind of like a pen as well as a training thing. So like it keeps it within. Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Does it have a master like coded onto it? Is it coded specifically to someone?
It's coded to Baha.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Baha's like, see, I wasn't just like shooting from the hip. I had a whole plan. It was gonna be a great idea.
That's very smart, Baha. I'm impressed.
Honestly, intelligent plan.
I'm kind of surprised that Wish would have brought something like this, but.
Well, I mean, it didn't help with like the whole bug infestation either. He didn't really give
Right.
Those creatures have been flying around, been kind of a little bit of a problem lately, and I don't know.
When did they show up?
Oh, in the container of feed that came with Raven.
Mm.
Yeah, Raven, that is, okay.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the Titan.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great comic books.
Yeah.
What are these comic books
They're
books
like
that you speak of?
Never mind.
Well, I have a couple inside the house, and he like sits up very quickly, and you see immediately his goes like a pale green. Ugh.
Well, don't worry, you're still dying. Stop.
This will
Yeah,
help
it's
if you. I think this will help if you eat it.
I'll like hold Baja up and like help him stand up.
Okay.
Just like hold him by the arms.
Very wobbly on his spindly goblin arms. Like, this is just a mess. Oh, and they ruined all my garlic. Ugh. Oh, God.
Oh, no, the vampires are gonna be all over the place.
Never mind.
But yeah.
It's gone now. But listen, that's the least of our issues. This person, you said that they've been sending you other letters?
I mean, it was like kind of the same. I thought it was like, I don't know, like a prank or something. They weren't, the first one wasn't really letter. It was really like, the first one was like some menacing creatures, some swarming insects. It felt very like plagues kind of coming down to the land. I guess those were the first warnings. And then I started getting this one of like, this is my realm. I demand the greatest steed. Things like that. I kind of just burned them.
You burnt them. Okay.
I burned. Well, what am I supposed to do with it? I don't like that negativity in my house.
I get it.
It's quite understandable.
Is
the writing familiar looking?
Is it familiar looking? Ooh, this is an interesting question because we don't know what Nav knows. Let's go ahead and make a history check.
Okay, what is that?
It'd be, I believe
it would be like a
society.
So it would be a society for sure.
Yeah,
society, not like a lore one.
Oh, I would take a lore.
That's academia, I would presume. Yeah, sure. Academia.
Did you have a great question there, Izzy?
Yeah, my realm, have I ever, like, would I know anything about my realm, this being a realm of somebody's or anything like that? Would I recall that? Or is that exactly what Nob is looking into? That's kind of what Nob's looking into, but I would allow you to make a check as well, if you would like. I have society and then occultism. I don't know what... Occultism is more for magical. Got it. Okay, cool. So then I'll do society. I'm not trained, but... Let's see.
Extell, you were also saying something.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Extell, what you got?
I was telling Baja, have you tried praying to the Morning Star?
You know, that book you gave me is a little thick, Azrael.
My grandfather is wonderful. You should read his teachings.
I think they do make comic versions of it. We can pick you one up.
Do they have a comic book?
Wait. Are you saying that your father is the Morning Star?
No, my grandfather's.
Your grandfather,
my father is the setting star.
Izzy, come on. It's like he talks, it's like his whole, that's a little rude. You didn't know that.
You know, at this point, I kind of just drown out what he's saying.
That's a little rude.
Are you related to the Shining Star?
Third cousin twice removed.
Oh my God.
I like him best. He's cool. That's my favorite comic, actually. I'm going to get you a copy of that one.
What about the Falling Star? Because that's what you're going to be in just a minute here.
No, that's my niece, actually.
Nav, what you know about this, looking at it, academia and lore, this does seem kind of familiar to messages you've seen coming from a far-off land, that there are myths and legends coming and seeping through the mists of a certain dread lord who rules the place of Barovia. But you, from your understanding, that person's pretty intelligent and definitely couldn't be out here.
Okay.
But there's something about the way, the pomposity, the style of writing that, like, you've seen, like, Jonny, we're breaking canon, but, like, maybe a letter or a missive has been delivered from Strahd outside of the mist at some point, and, like, you glance, that kind of maybe might be, like, somebody mimicking his writing style? I just imagine the cursive, and, like, some of the letters are just a little bit off. Oh, I love it so much. That's great.
mean, so many of these letters are off.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
There's apostrophes in places that there shouldn't be, and
there are.
Look, I love catching up, but somebody's got to go get Raven. Whoever this whack job is that's got a hold of her. I don't like the. I mean, she's a powerful guard animal. I don't necessarily. One thing you got right in here is that weird speed of the land is pretty spot on.
Which way did they run off? Do you know?
That is what I was trying to figure out.
Izzy, you can tell that a large creature made its way. You can see like drag marks along the ground as well as like claw marks, but you can't identify anything specific. You also lose track of the trail very quickly. And he's like, yeah, that's gonna be a little tough because like she got some wings on her, you know? So
Of course.
All the best you
do. She said she saw you guys coming in. She reported in from. Oh, did you see her? Yeah, she's pretty stealthy, right?
Oh, that was
no.
Is that the one in the shadows?
I like look over it.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Great.
Is anyone proficient in like animal lore?
Find out.
No.
I'm proficient in tanning.
I'm proficient in society.
Where is that?
Animal society.
It would be occultism. So this is like a this is a monstrous animal. So you could like if you're proficient in like occultism lore or something like that. Izzy, what you got?
I got occultism,
survival, or underworld.
I got that, and then I have that, and then I have like a tanning lore, but that's not really adjacent. So I have occultism.
Underworld. Could we go with like animal trade?
Sure. Yeah. I'll allow that, and then Nav or Izzy, one of you can make an occult check to see if you know anything about what kind of animal this might be.
What's your occult mod?
6.
You're probably higher. I'm only
attention.
+4.
Mine's +5.
+5 with a mod.
Okay. Yeah, you're not familiar. So Wish, you keep a distance from Wish. He's got a bad attitude about him.
Nice.
18. Let me do a check. Yeah, you are able to recall some unspecific lore about hybrid creatures with the abilities of flight that are able to mimic shadows. You can't remember exactly what they're called or what their weaknesses are, but you know these are extremely dangerous creatures that are prone to consuming human or humanoid organs and are very dangerous and freaking hard to kill. So, yeah, that's probably a really great guard animal, but it being off the leash is very dangerous.
With like helping in Pathfinder, do I get to roll or do they get advantage?
Let's look at the aid action. I assume it would function the same way.
Yeah.
So aid is, let me see. Let me just do a command. Is it a? We'll do a run off to see if we can actions. We have single actions, attack, damage, aid, cover. I would say it'd probably be a +8. Ally about to use an action requires a skill check or attack roll. You have to willingly accept the aid on a success. So you also have to make a roll, and you can either grant them a circumstantial +1 or a +2. To the roll, depending on how well you succeed. So you would also have to
succeed. Okay.
Yeah, so you'd also have to succeed. It's a DC 15.
18 as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you do not critically succeed. So you would get a +1 to your
so
roll,
19.
which is enough to get you specific lore on this creature.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
This creature is some version of a Periton, which is
interesting.
Which is a hybrid creature, typically combined of some sort of like antlered wolf with wings that also has like lion paws. It's very chimeric. Yeah. You get the sense from what you've heard, Baja ordered in something special. Yeah. It's not going to look exactly like that. But I would say, let me see if you see anything else worth knowing about them.
I imagine. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know that they can fly. They have an ability to mimic shadows against those who have a weaker will to resist them. This can impose a frightened condition on the person who is being affected by that. If it was being aggressive towards you,
which was the point of the will save.
Yes.
Interesting.
Katrina rolled the lowest. So you also know that when it has a corpse within range, its preferred method of feeding is to rip the heart from its chest and consume it, which allows it to regain hit points and can also terrify anyone within range who witnesses it.
I'm going to pack up these rat bodies. I'm going to put them in a pack so that we can have them later. I imagine that Nav, you're the one that's coming up with like some of the information, and then me being a monster hunter, that's when like I pipe up and say, "Oh, that's just imagine that teamwork."
Mother always wanted one.
Right. This seems like it's not exactly the same one, but
I can't wait to see it. It sounds awesome.
It sounds awesome, but it also sounds deadly.
She's so gosh. Awesome. Well, she's gonna love her, but you're not gonna hurt her, right? Izzy, come on.
Of course not. Of course not.
I will do my absolute best. Nav has the collar to put on it. I will do my best.
Okay.
And you're gonna help us talk to it, and I'm gonna. So I'm gonna pull out some rope and fashion a baby Bjorn for Baja.
Yeah. Getting the baby Bjorn.
Yes, we are.
And I'm just gonna sling that on and pick up Baja and just slip it in. That way you can come with us and you can talk to Raven, talk her down. Then you won't get hurt. No one's gonna attack you while we're gone. It'll be great.
Okay.
This might be
hey,
as you like sort of pick him up. Can we come grab a couple supplies in the house? Let me go.
I walk over to the house with him.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just like in the baby Bjorn. Let's go.
They're there.
I give him a little noogie.
Azrael's gonna walk up to Izzy. Who has the like collar?
I have the collar.
No,
I'm gonna walk up to Nav and go, "This will surely help us in our endeavors." And he's going to touch it, and it will start glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this will give us an edge against the competition.
Can I do like an insight check?
Yeah. That would be, go ahead and make a sense motive, I believe is what it's called. Maybe I'm using an old edition.
Are you doing anything, or are you just touching this?
He just touches it and it starts to glow brightly, casting bright light in a 20-foot radius, and then dim light for the next 20.
There's no skill that seems to fit.
Sense motive should be there somewhere, shouldn't it?
Sense motive? I don't.
That is an action, I believe.
Right, and then you use. Okay, I'll look it up. Don't worry about me. I'll look it up.
Okay, got it. While you guys
you're just touching this. You're just touching and putting light on it. It's just shiny now.
No, it will give us an edge against the competition.
It'll give the competition an edge against us. So they can see it coming from 15 miles.
Deity.
You're a deity.
I'm doing my like insight check with a 14 to see if
a baron.
Azrael is just fucking lying right out of his fucking teeth.
Azrael, are you with a 14? I assume you probably have a pretty good charisma.
I think it's a contested deception.
Usually it rolls against actually a base deception.
Oh, interesting.
I believe you usually roll rather than contested. In Pathfinder you tend to just roll against a base. So your deception would be a 12 base. So with a 14, what does Izzy pick up about your motivation here?
Interesting. The GM attempts to see when it's a secret roll that the GM makes actually for a perception check for me, and compares the results to the deception DC of the creature.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
Well, we'll roll with the 14 for now.
Sure. Yeah.
Azrael, does Izzy pick up anything?
It is just the light cantrip.
Okay. I'll walk up to it and be like, yes, all he did was light it up. And then I'll just turn around and walk following Katrina.
Yes, in the dark.
Katrina, you inside the house with your buddy as he's strapped to your chest. You see a very small, quaint, downsized cottage. It's a one-room cottage. There's a central fire that's merrily bubbling and got some little stuff on there, little things around the walls. He has a good selection of larger furniture for his larger friends that often come to visit. He directs you toward the bookshelf and a chest under his small bed, and begins to like fiddling with the key, hands it to you. He's like, okay, we got a couple things, but it's a slim stock, so I don't know what we can use. He's going to bring out 2 lesser healing potions.
Okay.
2 doses of insect repellent. 2 moderate antidotes, which essentially give you a +3 bonus to fortitude saves. And he's like, I also have a healing kit if we need one, but if we're proficient, if we're good, I can just have that on me if you want me to have it.
I think you better hold on to that for us. I don't know how well we'll be able to use that. So go ahead and keep it for now, and we'll see about it later.
Okay. Got it. You guys like that. So you have 2 lesser healing potions, 2 doses of insect repellent, which that's a custom item. So basically the way that works is if you apply insect repellent to yourself, only 2 people can do this maximum. Any insect that gets within moves to attack you has to make a Constitution save or have an attack penalty on their roll, or or on a critical fail, they're unable to attack you.
And then the antidote?
The antidote gives you a +3 bonus to fortitude saves. Let me double check, but I believe it's like +2. This is actually in the...
Oh, like an actual thing. Okay.
Yeah, this one's an actual thing.
A lesser antidote?
Antidote. It gives you an antidote protects you against toxins. Upon drinking a moderate antidote, you gain a +3 item bonus to fortitude saving throws against poison for 6 hours. This is an antidote to bug-related poisons.
Which is what I was thinking that I have, and I think somebody else does. Does Nav have that as well? Were you drained?
Yeah, I believe so.
It would not cure that.
Yeah.
But it would offset it. We would have, instead of the -1, it would give us a +2 at that point.
Correct. So you could undo
question then. Yes. Because I have the feat unusual anatomy. Your unorthodox body resists physical afflictions meant for other creatures. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to saves against disease and poisons, which sounds like we're relating it to this the drained effect.
Sure. So you would have had a +1 against to resist it, but I think you failed enough that you still would have taken the effect.
Okay.
Which we'll roll with that for now, since I don't remember what you rolled at the time. But keep that in mind moving forward. A lot of little bonuses flicking back and forth.
I know. That's one of the things with Pathfinder is that there's so many like circumstantial bonuses that like you have to keep a lot in mind. Luckily, with Roll20, it keeps all of it in mind on your character sheet.
Makes it easy for you. Keeps track of things.
I fucking lost
what are you talking about? But can we go?
I'm just talking to like nobody. No,
you've got a nosebleed. Stop.
Was clarification? Was I supposed to do a fortitude check against that attack?
Yeah, you should have done a fortitude save at the time, which I believe you did.
Okay, I don't remember.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. I think that one just happens.
Yeah. Okay, that one just happens when it latched on and then it just did life drain.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check.
Save.
Cool.
It just happens.
Okay. With that, then I think it might be best if almost did it. Nav.
That's your cousin.
Nav and I take the antidote since we were the ones that were affected by the draining of these bugs. But if not the antidote, I at least believe that we should have the insect repellent. That is just me.
Here's what I put it. I'm not feeling too great still, so.
Also true.
That is
Maybe you should take a nap while we track it down. In your
beyond.
Cradle.
Feel free.
That's what it's called.
A baby beyond. Yes.
Baby beyond. Well, whatever we're gonna do. So, you guys are wrapping up, getting ready to go out searching after this thing. Do you want to bring Baja with you, or do you want to leave him behind?
No, I'm taking him with me.
Yeah, Baja's coming with. We already have the baby Bjorn.
You already got
Baja's gonna get murdered.
Baja's totally gonna fucking die for sure.
I don't want to leave Baja alone.
You do have a lesser healing potion, 2 lesser healing potions at your disposal if you want him to take one.
And a healing kit. What is a healing kit? Or is that a thing?
It allows you to use the treat wounds thing. So like you can use treat wounds as like the thing to heal someone 2d8 if you're proficient in medicine or if you have a healing kit.
Got it. Mm-hmm. And does the healing kit happen instantaneously, or is that like, did we just kind of like futz the rules a little bit earlier and just say like, fuck it?
No, it took 10 minutes while you were healing him. So it takes 10 minutes to apply. And after you've used it on a creature, they are immune to it for an hour. So you can't just like repeatedly treat wounds on them.
Got it.
Makes sense.
I see.
It's their version of a short rest. They don't do short rests in Pathfinder.
Then the immune to treat wounds action for an hour.
Yeah.
But it overlaps with time you spend treating. Okay. So then this healing kit. Never mind.
You couldn't use this to heal him more within the next hour.
Got it. We're good. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I'd like to know, as we get moving, the halo that Azrael has also emits the same light that the light cantrip does.
Yep.
So it's just bright as fuck.
It's constantly glowing.
This is bright over here.
I imagine Azrael just like always walking with like the hands out.
Of course.
Like
his clothes like float, and so does his hair. His pure white eyes kind of glow. He's
you
great.
Have Baja and the Bjorn. You take the equipment that you have. Who's holding on to the? So we've got the 2 insect repellents are getting used by Izzy Nav. You've got 2 healing potions. Oh,
I'll hold on to at least one of those.
So should we should use this before we go out. This is, the best time to use it. I don't think we're ever going to use it again. So, and how long do they last? Do we know? I know the antidote is 6 hours, but the insect repellent is also 6 hours.
Yeah, we'll say the insect repellent lasts the same.
Might as well use it now then.
So we have 5 people here. We have 4 things. Does anybody feel very strongly about the antidote? Other than...
Not particularly.
Okay, good. Nav, I give you one of the antidotes, and I take the other antidote. And then the other 2, the insect repellent, we'll just give to Azrael and Katrina.
Got it.
And maybe just like a little bit on Baja's forehead.
Blessings
just to make
on
him feel
forehead.
included.
Sure. And then who's... Katrina's holding one of the lesser healing potions. Who's taking the other one?
I will hold the other one.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's good in my hands.
Great.
I am a doctor after all.
You are a healer among men. For those of you with the insect repellent, the rules on that is any insect type creature that comes to attack you has to first make a fortitude save. On a success, they can still attack you. On a failure, they have a -2 to their attack. And then on a critical failure, they can't attack you at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sound good? Great. Okay. You all wrap up your things and begin making your way out of the property. Where are you going? How are you going to figure out where to go?
Yes. So I have experienced tracker skill feat. Tracking is a second nature to you, and when necessary, you can follow a trail without pause. I can track while moving at full speed by taking a -5 penalty to my survival check. Well, that doesn't do very much in this. Yeah, well, I guess I could just track. I'm proficient in survival, so I guess, I don't know.
I am too, so I can help.
I would say that I'd probably be looking up in the trees, finding, broken twigs and hoping to look in the shadows, seeing if there's any raven feathers or bird feathers that are being left behind. I know that we went a specific way, and Raven was in Katrina's shadow, so maybe we double back. And then I know that we saw it dart off a specific way, so maybe we double back there, start there, and then follow where we saw it go. I think that's where.
Sure. Okay.
Seems a good plan as any.
Katrina and Izzy, you're both going to make a survival check. Izzy, if you meet the DC, we're going to get a bonus onto Izzy's roll.
17.
17. You make it, you get a +1 to your roll, Izzy. You also get a 17. So.
All right.
You successfully move through the forest. You make your way back to where you first had it on the trail. Baja sort of just like singing little songs as you guys are going, as he is wont to do, just like, cut my life into pieces. Just like different pop punk bands.
If you're really listening, Izzy is singing along.
Of course.
You know, he's a good guy, and you can't help it. Even though all of you have your own little relationships, Baja, like his little band keeps slipping down, and he keeps like pushing it back up.
He's the glue that meshes us together.
He's such a blast.
Yeah, he's such a blast.
Shut the fuck up.
How many times can we make that joke in one session?
All 75.
Not enough. This is why I made it happen.
Okay. I love it. So good.
I'm going to try every time, I promise.
You double back to the place where you first encountered Raven, the Paraton, though at a distance, and you get up into looking at the trees, looking at the trajectory. Katrina, you stand exactly where you were, trying to demonstrate, like, this is where the path was. That's where I saw it. You guys assisting, tracking it through the forest. You begin to move quickly in that direction. As you make your way slowly through the forest, is anyone else assisting in any way as you move?
I mean, I'm also proficient in survival.
Okay. How would you like to assist in a way that's different than just tracking the animal?
I would just love to be sniffing the air for a weird little creature out there, maybe pinging a detect magic to see if I can detect, the magical bird, because I can cast it at will. So I assume that means at will.
Sure.
You just have like detect magic vision.
Sure. Okay. Can I have you do an occult check, actually?
I would absolutely love to.
And then Azrael, are you assisting in any way as you go?
I'm trained in nature, so
okay.
If that helps at all, I'll do that.
Yeah. How would you like to assist that is different from tracking the animal or keeping an eye out for magic?
Hearing like what type of animal it is, and being trained in nature, I'm gonna look for places that it might go to, like places that type of animal might want to be in, if that makes sense.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check. One thing I do, which is not technically a Pathfinder rule and it's an old D&D rule, is I like doing skill challenges as opposed to like a flat check for one person. So like essentially all of your successes accumulate to potentially give you guys a better score overall. Mm-hmm. It's a little more complicated, but that's the basics of it. You guys continue moving. Azrael, you keep a loose eye on the terrain. One thing you're picking up, even with a 12, is that this is a creature with flight capabilities. And from what Baja has told you, you get a sense it would want to roost up high. It would probably create some sort of loft in which it could create a nest. So you start looking for the thicker trees, areas that are elevated, possible like cliff faces, that sort of things to do. You begin pointing that out to assist the ladies who are tracking its movement through the overhead. You notice several times there's a crash through the underbrush, and then something was yanked from the ground, possibly a wandering animal. You come across a couple scenes of carnage, a lost shoe, a lost shepherd's staff, as this thing has already started to take some prey from the area. You can't tell how long ago this was, probably pretty recent, but there's no bodies. Whatever this was, it took them. But you can continue moving. Nob, one thing you notice, you come across a couple different insectoid hive type things. Not all of them big, some just like little ant hills. But you come across a couple that look non-native and over large, and a very familiar buzzing sound is coming from them. You spot them at enough of a distance. But as you get close enough, if you get close enough to get it to detect magic, you get a faint sense of enchantment magic coming from the creatures within. And with a 24, I would say you can identify that something about these creatures, when they attack or poisoned these beasts, like the animals that were attacking the cottage at the beginning, something about how they were attached was how they were being controlled.
Right.
That does not strike you as something that's normal for this type of creature. They're called blood seekers. They're essentially like very nasty mosquitoes.
Okay.
Oh, so this is like a normal bug with extraordinary powers.
Yeah, you get a sense, maybe something about the shipment they arrived in.
Right.
Yes. But you
Damn,
continue.
you wish.
Gross.
You guys make your way through the underbrush until you come to, I would say, Azrael, you notice this first, a cliff side that is sort of banking up and around, and you hear, you can hear a sound of like something large crunching up, and it looks exactly like that, like that little kitten. You can hear the sound of something large and elevated moving among the treetops, probably within the next 100 feet of you. You guys are not in view of it. You guys caught enough wind to get here. You have a moment to... Baja's like, okay, so how are we going to do this? I don't want to star the role. I don't want to, like... We also don't know who sent the note, so what are we doing here?
Do we want to, like, lay out some of that rat for her? To, like, try and give her some food?
That is what I was thinking, is throwing out a trap. Throwing out all of the rats in one area and setting an ambush. But we would have to hide, so...
I love to hide.
Why don't we focus on that part first, and then we'll go from there.
You all see Azrael is pointing in that direction, and from the tip of his finger, there's like a glow, and then a giant like light lance appears next to his shoulder, and he's like, oh.
Oh, okay.
Not that preferably.
I thought you were about to do something.
I was about to, but then you all said we were gonna like trap it or something. So like, you know, I figured, you know, it tasted flesh already, and might be feral.
Well, who hasn't tasted flesh?
That's
I have to say, excellent point.
I mean, like mortal flesh.
Who hasn't at some point?
Everyone has.
Again, I feel like this is not a normal thing that we are just trying to make normal.
It's a pretty normal thing, Izzy.
It happens.
Come on. It happens.
Okay.
Me and Nav had been to a couple really fantastic barbecues and buffets that you guys need to try out. I think you're really like shutting yourself down to some possibilities.
Mother would love to have you over for
I keep missing the invite. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Once we get this, you'll know we'll schedule a day.
This concerns me.
No,
you know. Sure.
Are you saying that these rest? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. Just hide. Just find your places.
It's a secret recipe.
Or is it okay? Well,
it's a secret. The secret ingredient's love.
You guys are all gonna hide, and then somebody's setting the trap. How are you figuring that out, Izzy? You got these slung rat carcasses over your back.
Right. Okay. I'm looking over my feats again. I don't have anything that's like specific with laying out traps. I do have survey wildlife, but I guess yeah. I can spend 10 minutes assessing the area in which you find out which creatures are nearby based on nests, scat, and marks on vegetation, which I would then attempt a survival check. So I would say, can I survey the area first, get a sense of what's going on, and then make a better informed decision?
Sure.
Okay.
I will ask you to make a stealth check first,
so
you avoid the notice of whatever is in the area.
That's fine.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say, everyone else, is anyone doing anything other than hiding, or are all three of you hiding?
Ooh.
Yes.
Going to hide.
We got a inspiration D6 added, so...
Oh, nice.
I'll do my stealth first.
Sure.
Okay. Maybe.
Are we all stealthy right now?
I thought so.
Yes, unless you have something else you'd like to do.
I'm gonna make that a 15.
I'm actually going to remove the light. From
Sure.
The things that are lighting.
Good call. Yep.
But I can't just end them. So since I cast the light spell on the collar, I'm gonna go up to wherever Izzy's putting this carcass, I'm gonna grab a leaf and cast light on that.
Got it. You just have to transfer it.
Yeah.
Just bury it somewhere.
And the light can never be extinguished.
And then I'm just gonna dismiss my halo.
Sure.
And that just goes away. But I can bring it back whenever I want.
Got it.
My halo.
Let me see your halo.
Oh, immediately when you can, it'll come back. I know it. We know Azrael already.
He's like lovely, but he doesn't realize he's a bit much.
Right. Yeah.
He's great.
Okay.
Everybody loves him. And then that's when I'll start still.
Sure.
I'm gonna like pat down Baja Blast's head to like make sure he's crouching to like hide both of us down behind a bush or whatever.
Yeah, I'm actually really good at this.
When I roll the worst. Hey, what the hell?
We rolled the same. I just happen to have inspiration.
Character.
So
got it.
Wait,
you guys hunker down as Izzy begins to make your way up. Go ahead and make your check for survival as you begin to inch your
20.
way up the side of this ridge. 20, fantastic. You inch your way up the side of the ridge.
So that'll give me, I can recall knowledge as well, with the -2 penalty to learn more about the creatures just from the signs.
Sure.
That's another thing that I can do. But anyways.
Okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and drop you on a map as I describe what's happening. So Izzy, you take the rats up and you like begin hunkering up this low rock face. That's like essentially like a sort of like a mountain foothills, but there's a little arced cul-de-sac essentially where there is an enormous tree setting at the end of it. As you hunker up that way, you can see something large moving on a collection of branches and brambles at the top of that tree. You also get a very strong scent of fresh blood coming from beneath. As you make your way up, you begin to see several collections of bodies of animals, sheep, farmers. You get a sense that these are the people who are killed up. This is fresh. This is very fresh kills that are strewn about the tree. As you begin to hunker your way up, you hear like a shriek and another form like is tossed from the tree and lands on the branches of the large tree and just like hangs there of another humanoid that is laying there. Your total was a 20?
20 for survival, yeah.
Okay, you stay close, you wait, you pause, you don't move. And I'm going to drop you on the map.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we see that there's a tree up there.
So I'm going to say you're right about there, Izzy. All of you guys are just, I would say, hunkering. I mean, maybe like right back here is like, there's like some good shrubbery here.
Cool.
So we'll have everybody else hunkering back here. I'm going to put Baja off to the side. We'll just remember that he is with Katrina.
Sounds good.
So Izzy, you come up here. Other things you pick up with a 20. There are some loose ravens about that are beginning to peck and feed at the corpses. You also spot from this angle that there is a large overgrown hive here that matches the Bloodseeker hives you've seen along the way, though this one seems to be inactive.
Okay.
Things that whatever Bloodseekers were there have not returned for some reason.
Okay.
You are still below the elevation, so you can't see up into the nest.
Okay.
You don't know.
So then,
how much closer you want to get?
How high up is this little like cliffside that I'm next to?
You like, are the one you're on.
Yeah.
So that's about 15 feet up.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm not below. I'm going further up.
Yeah.
Got it.
So this is like 15 feet, 10 feet, and then that goes like 15 feet off the map.
Okay, so then you know what? Now that I see what we're looking at, I would actually rather not go up that that mountain face. I'd rather come like probably right around here.
Sure.
Now this center area right here, this is more open, right? And I wouldn't be able to hide as well there.
Correct. So what you guys are currently in here, anywhere you see these like bushes and gathering, that's like thick, tall grass and bush cover. So you can hide in there theoretically.
Okay, so then I think I would instead go here.
Sure. This is the body right here, by the way. That's the you see like a female shepherd who's like clearly wearing farmer's clothes, just like hanging from the branches there.
Okay. I have these 3 rat carcasses.
2 rats, isn't it?
I thought there was 3 that came after us. If it's 2, then that's fine. I have 2 rats, and I will. I think what I'll end up doing is I'll throw them on that body that just fell.
The body is above you. So the tree is like 30 feet high. If you wanted to try and throw them up into the branches, I would recommend getting up on that ridge.
No, I don't think that would be the smartest move. What is this blood patch that's in the center? I know that there's like a bunch of like.
So you see like a large sheep carcass as well as 2 other bodies there that are seeping into the ground.
I'm gonna throw it on those, and I'm gonna make sure that I hit that like bush that's right here so that I make the most noise. So I'm gonna throw them over, trying to like bait this creature down.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead and make I believe it would be like an athletics for that.
Okay. Good thing I am so very good at athletics.
What'd you get? Sorry.
That is a 7.
A 7.
Ouch.
You chuck the first one and it lands with a heavy thunk directly at your feet.
Just.
We'll go ahead and drop that corpse real quick.
Shit.
As the movement in the tree above, the snuffling and like snarling just falls silent.
A little thumbs up pops out of the bush from over across the way.
I'm Mjolniring the rat by its tail, the second one, and trying to throw that one out.
Okay. As you are like holding in this pause, you see, I'm gonna put that next to you as well. So this gray one is the one you've already thrown. It's dead on the ground.
Yeah.
You like holding it, like getting ready to wind up. You see as 2 bear-like paws emerge over the side, a head in the shape of a wide square with cat ears emerging up and at a very distinctive mark pattern, and the face of a bloody Labrador maw emerging over the side of the nest, 2 large raven wings parting on the sides that like looks down in that direction with like a sounds like a Labrador.
Panting.
As you see the 2 red eyes look in your direction, it is going to charge you. So we are going to be starting initiative.
Yep.
Using, so if you want to keep your stealth roll, you can keep it. You could also switch to a perception check if you would like.
I'd like to re-roll. I would like to roll that.
So I can use my existing...
breaking stealth. Be aware. You will be breaking stealth to do that.
Fine.
Okay.
Well, I can't use stealth.
I rolled bad anyway. Well, I got the same number.
A 12 again. I love it.
No. Katrina, what is your question?
So I can use my existing stealth number as my initiative number? Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
Okay, then I would like to keep my 23.
Uh-oh.
And I will stay in stealth.
Okay.
Extell.
Oh.
All good. We're good.
Okay. Okay, give me a second to open our turn order. Okay, so what was our stealth roll? Nav, can you just tell me what your roll is?
Oh, I could have done that. I'm going to do it again.
Nav got a 12.
Yeah.
Katrina, what do you have?
23.
23. Great.
Just one less.
Izzy, what do you have?
28.
28. And Azrael, what did you get?
15.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes?
1 second. Hold on. Let me double check and see if this is
I got a
correct.
30, sorry, because I have my plus 2.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and write that down on my end. Most likely...
no, this doesn't count for that.
Izzy, you're going to be really close to the top of the order on this one, so...
Excuse me? I got a 30 and I'm really close to the top of the initiative order? Are you fucking serious?
Really close to the top of the initiative order.
You know, sometimes these
Holy shit.
These things happen.
Okay. So, let me write this down real quick so I can keep my enemies tracked. So, who is next? Okay. And then Tina. And then Baha. Baha I have also in the initiative order. And then Az.
In case they die.
And just in case they need to make death saves.
Yeah.
Okay. At the top of the combat, you see as the enormous Paraton begins to launch down from the treetop. let me go ahead. It does not look like this token because it is a different hybrid creature.
Of course.
As it slithers down from the nest, you see the last part of it you notice is that rather than the back half of any kind of animal that makes sense, you see an enormous serrated shark's tail for the back half of this creature.
Of course it's serrated.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a badass.
As it is going to launch down in your direction, you also see, for flavor, at the top of the order, this does not constitute their turn, you see riding the back of it as the creature emerges from the top, you see astride it a cloaked insectoid figure that has like a leathery black and red cloak, who's wearing like a golden something. It doesn't quite look like a crown, and like a scepter.
Loki.
Loki. As you see it on top of his back, what seems to be an enormous giant tick riding astride this beast, calls down to all of you. Who dares enter my divine realm? You will all bow and cower before I, the leader of this place, the ruler of all, for I am Shawn von Zarovich.
Shawn von Zarovich.
You know, I don't know what it is, but this person's starting to tick me off.
Oh my god, I gotta go, actually. I can't. That's the game.
God
Goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
All right,
Actually, call it right now. So the Paraton is going to lunge in your direction as 50 feet of movement. It's going to use one action to lunge towards you. And it is going to make a tail. What is it going to make first? It's going to make a tail attack first.
All right.
So it lunges down in your direction, down to here, and is going with Shawn von Zarovich, the tick, astride his back.
Of course.
Yeah.
And is going to make a tail attack against you. It's going to go ahead and do that. It's going to go ahead and do 2 of those. It's going to commit to doing 2.
Okay.
So that's going to be, the first one is going to hit with a 24.
24 hits. Yep. That's 5 over. So I don't think that's...
The second one is a 23. So that's still going to hit, but it is not going to deal critical damage on either of those. It's going to do 2. That is going to be a total of 17 plus 14. 17 plus 14 points of damage to you.
Fucking excuse me?
Yeah. 2d12 plus 7 each.
Okay, I am down.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, that was a big fucking hit.
As it launches down, this serrated tail just like whoops, and you just see Izzy collapse to the side on top of the second dead rat, having attracted the full round of attacks that turn. Izzy, you are down. It is also now your turn in combat. So you need to make a death saving throw.
G fucking G, everyone. Oh my god, let's go.
So this is how it
ends. 20, let's go.
You see Izzy slams to the deck on top of this rat, and immediately her eyes clear as she comes back to consciousness.
Holy shit, what the fuck just happened? That is incredible. Is that the start of my turn too?
No, I believe it's the end of your turn.
Okay, it's the end. Okay.
But I think with a natural 20, it might remove the wounded condition.
I think so. I think you come back up and then you don't have a wound. But I'll double check.
If you have a natural 20. I'm not double check on that.
I'll double check, yeah.
Okay. With that, it is now Shawn von Zarovich's turn.
Oh.
Of course.
Fine.
Okay.
RP.
All right.
Rest in peace.
You, Shawn.
Pat, you're on. Katrina, you're on deck, followed by Baha and Az. So the giant tick is going to, you know what? Seeing you guys doing that, he's actually going to just take this opportunity to monologue. And I would like everyone to make a will saving throw.
Takes the monologue action.
Take the monologue action. Anyone who is conscious, which includes
me now.
Come on. Oh, why are they so bad?
What is it? Will save?
A will save. Izzy, you are fine.
Even in an alternate reality, I can't get a break on will saves.
A 7 for Katrina. I love it.
What the fuck?
I'm going to use
and Katrina, you have a -1 on attack rolls in your next round. It's just a -1. But you are essentially so irritated by what you hear as the giant tick, Shawn von Sauerbuch, begins to soliloquize about, I ride here bearing the blood of my forefather, the great leader of the realm. I supped from his fluids, and now I am the greatest of all beyond. I bring his wrath to you, the realms beyond, and I will rule from Ravenloft. And he gestures up to the nest in the tree. All of yours, you're so ha, 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 ha. Okay, that is his turn. Katrina, it is your turn.
Yeah, go.
Crying.
You got this.
I look down at Baja Blast. I'm like, Raven's really fucking cool. You did really good here. I'm very impressed.
She's really neat, but I just don't know what the. That guy's a dick.
He's a real dick. We're gonna take care of it though. Don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna take a stride action, run 30 feet out.
Sure.
And I'm gonna pull out my. Don't have a bow. Well, thought I bought a bow. Didn't buy a bow. I'm gonna take the rest of my actions to run up to this this beast, and end my turn there.
Got it. Do you need to use all three of your actions to do that, or just two?
I believe it was all three. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Oh no, wait, 65. Yeah, it is. It is all three. Yeah.
Got it.
So just to clarify, I am no longer in the dying condition. However, I am at 0 hit points. I remain unconscious, but I can wake up if I get a hit point.
Sure.
However, I still do have that wound one after. The critical success in that only decreases your dying value by 2. That's the only critical.
Got it. Okay.
But
okay.
I'm unconscious.
Charge up in that direction. You see your compatriot Izzy go down. Baja's like, oh god, It's like he's flapping in the wind as you run up in that direction. It is now Baja's turn. Baja is going to use his action to. Where is it? He's going to use his action to cast the spell. He's going to use 2 actions to cast the spell Soothe.
Oh, we got a caster.
Yep.
Dang.
He's a little bit of a caster. He is going to cast the spell
one.
Soothe on range 30 feet, one willing creature. On Izzy, you are going to regain 1d10 plus 4 hit points.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
And a +2 status bonus that saves against mental effects for the duration. As he says,
do you want me to roll?
Yeah, you go ahead and roll. As he says, come on, Izzy, just get on up. You gotta come and fuck this guy up. Just like chanting
that's what gets me up.
Sure. But you have 11 hit points back.
Cool.
I don't think he's got a single action.
And then you said
he'll go ahead and he's got like a little dagger on his side and he's gonna like try and slash at
hell yeah.
Nice.
He's not gonna slash at the Paraton.
Yeah.
He is going to,
Good call.
he's got a little short bow. He's going to draw a short bow. He'll take a circumstantial deficit because he's like restrained. But he'll go ahead and take a short bow attack against the tick. That is going to be a 18 to hit, which, does that hit him? It does. It does hit him. So that's going to do some damage as he like pierces into the creature.
Let's go, Baja.
Noise.
What a champ.
This is fantastic.
6 damage, 6 points of damage. As he like shoots in the tick and you see the tick like, and he's like, take that, get off of her. That's their turn. As it's your turn, Nav, you're on deck.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna use. Well, I can get there. I can get there in 2 actions. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
I'm gonna go right there.
Okay. Stepping on the dead rat.
And you all watch as Azrael usually doesn't like to get down and dirty, but for the first time he seems a little ticked off. And
oh my lord! Stop it! Go to jail.
I have to. It's right there. I can't not. You know what I mean? So he's going to. You all see like some sort of like energy kind of pool around him. And then it goes into his like midsection, and it flows into his fist as I'm using Key Strike.
Okay.
Nice.
Spinning a focus point.
The Paraton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Shawn probably has it within range of you, honestly.
This allows me to do an extra D6 of damage. I'm gonna do the flurry of blows with this. So I'm gonna attack 16 twice.
Okay, a 16 is not going to hit.
Lovely. I get to attack one more time because this allows me to use the.
As it has cat-like reflexes, and the bear paw just swats you away.
I fucking love this so much.
And then that one.
A 20 does not hit.
What? I am going to use an ability. I'm in my soul. Something rings out, and I hear my grandfather's voice. Do it again, he says. As I use Prophecy's Pawn, I'm going to twist fate.
Sure.
Allow me to re-roll this. I have to use the second one.
Okay.
That's
not going to hit.
It's totally fine.
You know, it'd be like that as you're just like being batted by these giant bear paws. That is your turn.
Fucking love it.
Yes, but there's a downside that I have to tell you about for this.
Okay.
For this, since I used it, so it allows me to reroll one thing that I choose. But then after that, for the next 24 hours, the GM can force me to reroll a successful saving throw, attack roll, or skill check as the fate balances the scales.
But it's a tricky little
either
thing.
After 24 hours are up, I get to use it again, or when you do make me reroll, I can then use it again. Because I keep balancing fate out.
Oh, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, got it. I will keep that in mind. And it's just a saving throw, right?
No, it can be skill check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Got it. Okay. Nah, that is your turn, and then we're going to be back at the top of the order.
Hello. I'm going to stride a bunch to get right up next to it, but with sudden charge, I should be able to make a melee attack, correct?
Correct, because you get to charge and make a melee attack with that cost.
So I'm going to get to there with my full movement. Can I make this melee attack, say, not necessarily with a sword?
Yeah,
say
absolutely.
With potentially a collar?
Oh, I see. I see. You can. That would be an interact. So I would say you would use your athletics or sleight of hand versus the creature's appropriate modifier, which I would assume.
Does the creature get any negative to that bonus since we're doing the flanking thingy?
Mm-hmm. I believe flanking only applies to attacks, and you're not attacking, you're interacting with an object. Okay. But they will be flat-footed against anyone who is flanking.
Okay. Then I'll roll my athletics check now.
Let me double check. Flat-footed, actually.
I will wait on rolling my athletics check.
Yeah, it's just against AC, and you wouldn't be challenging the AC.
Well, how's a 26?
Okay, 26 versus this would be his highest is acrobatics, which is only a 21 base DC. So you are able to get up around and start to get it around. I would say it's going to take another round to activate it, but you are able to let's break it down. You've got around his neck. It is not attached. Yeah. And then it would take a round to activate. So it has to be attached and activated.
Bird.
Make sense? Cool.
Yeah.
That is Nov's turn. It is now Raven's turn. Raven the Paraton. Seeing... Ooh. Raven is going to use their action to attempt to break free. So they're going to make a strength check against, or an acrobat. I guess it would be acrobatics. Their highest is acrobatics. They're going to make an acrobatics against your strength or acrobatics, whichever is higher. Okay.
It'd be my my athletics. So am I rolling again?
No. So just tell me, what is your athletics bonus plus 10?
17.
17. So they need to beat a 17. They have a plus 11 to acrobatics.
Cute.
Roll a 3.
Roll a 3. They rolled a 5, which is only a 16 and failed by 1.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
So the Labrador head reels back from you, but you're able to keep your arms around it. That was their first action. They are then going to use their next action to jump skyward. Okay. Are you attempting to hold on, Nav, or do you want to let go? Okay.
Yep.
So the Paraton is going to soar into the air. It's going to use 1 movement. And then it is going to it is going to stay 20 feet above, and it is going to attempt to mimic shadow on Katrina. So Katrina,
I have attack of opportunity.
Yes. Cool. Does anyone have attack? Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't, but I know Katrina does.
Let's try it.
28? If anyone else has one too. 28's gonna hit.
Fucking finally, let's go.
It wouldn't be a crit, would it?
No, it is not 10 above her AC.
Worth asking.
Yeah.
Worth asking.
You just gotta ask.
So that's 5 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got it. As you like slash at it, Baja's like, let's don't hurt her. As you like a little rain of like the blood comes down from there.
Question.
It's just play. It's just play.
Could the attack instead go for Shawn?
Shawn is not within range because he was like up on her back and a little bit away. If it was a range of 5 feet. Katrina, can you please make a will save for me as Paraton is attempting to mimic your shadow?
My best stat, 10.
10.
Still better than I have been doing.
Yeah, so you watch as your shadow elongates again, this strange rippling feather-like shadow stretching out in the other direction. You currently, it currently has a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls against you, Katrina. And each time you strike the creature, you have to succeed on another will save or become frightened, increasing your frightened condition.
Okay.
Yeah. Is an emotion fear effect, increasing frightened condition by 1 if it's already frightened. Okay, got it. Yeah. So you are not frightened, but it could potentially make you frightened.
But it could be. Okay.
Yeah. It is essentially like selected you as a target. It's only 20 feet up. Did anyone else have a triggering action they wanted to use?
Nope.
Okay. That is Raven's turn. Izzy, it is your turn. Then it's going to be Shawn, followed by Katrina.
Finally. Okay. As your first action on your first turn? That's not my first turn, right? This isn't my first turn.
Is it like a special ability you really want to use?
Yeah, it's 10 paces.
I'm going to be nice. You can use it.
Okay. Well, I mean,
You can use it.
I'm chill with not being able to use it.
Go ahead and use it.
Okay.
Keep in mind you are prone, so you're going to have to use an action to stand.
Right. Okay, so this actually, on my first action on my first turn, I can use Step Up to do 10 feet as a free action.
Sure.
Would you allow me to use that to just stand up?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I will do that. Since it is 20 feet in the air, that means I will use my quick draw to take one out and shoot. And yeah, so I'm going to do that for my first action. Here's the attack. That is a 16, which I
not going to hit.
Yep. Okay, so then I will use my crossbow crack shot to reload on that second one.
Okay.
As my second attack, and then I am going to shoot again.
Sure.
Yeah. This one is going to have that bad one, but that's okay. 20 doesn't hit.
Just right. A little shy. This is a tough beast. It has a thick supernatural hide, and it is fast.
All
right. That your turn, Izzy?
That is my turn.
Okay.
Yep.
It is Shawn's turn. Shawn is going to use his turn as he took damage. He is going to. Sorry. That's who I was meaning to attack. I wasn't going to attack Raven. I was going to attack the fucking Shawn. Oh. Okay.
That's who I meant.
Yes, because you have the crossbow.
Right.
Okay, so he would have a circumstantial AC bonus from cover because he is up on her back. So his AC is 16. The first one is not going to hit. The second one is going to hit.
Oh, meets it doesn't beat it?
He has so his base AC is 16.
Oh, got it.
But he also had partial cover.
Cool,
so
cool,
the 20 will hit.
Okay. So then that is going to take, it's actually going to be 6 because I have a +2 on that one.
Sure.
So instead of the +1.
Got it. He takes that hit and he's like, you see, as then he like, you will not take me down so easily. And he is going to bite into the back of Raven and use his blood drain ability to regain hit points.
Bastard.
Tick.
Yeah. Baja's like, you keep your filthy teeth off of the, as he is going to do that D4 damage, which honestly, that is, I think his whole turn would just be, well, he can do that twice, technically. Touch the creature using his attached to, deals 1d4 and gains. Yeah, so he's going to gain 2 d4 hit points back, so that's going to be not too much. Okay, down to that, and but it does deal damage to Raven. Okay, that is Shawn's turn. It is now Katrina's turn, followed by Baja Azrael.
Okay, and they're still 20 feet up in the air, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now I have a question about Pathfinder rules. Do we have like the equivalent of waiting? Or like delaying an action?
Ready an action.
That's what ready.
It does cost actions to ready an action.
Okay, got it. Then I'm gonna put my shield up as an action. Then I'm gonna use an action to ready an action, that action being attacking Shawn as soon as he flies in to range.
Got it. Ready. So I believe ready costs 2 actions, 2. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Is it 2? Okay, then I'll forget my shield. I'm just gonna ready the attack action.
Raising your shield is only 1.
Yeah, you have 3. So raise shield and then ready.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right. Okay.
You're good.
So it's not ready plus the action I want to do. Like it takes that into account. Okay, yeah. Then shield and ready and attack is what I'm doing.
Got it. Okay, got it. Great. You get that ready for when he is in range, you're going to swipe at him.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now Baja's turn. What is Baja going to do? Baja is going to...
Blast him, Baja.
Baja, blast him. Shoot, he doesn't want to hurt his little guy. What does he got? He is going to... That's not useful. He is going to use his Inspire Courage feat. And he's like, come on, guys. Remember when we all met back in Rock Bottom all those years ago? We can overcome this. I know it. I believe in us. No little tick is going to get us down. And you guys are all going to take a +1 bonus to attacks, rolls, attacks, damage, and saves for the next round.
Nice.
Cool.
Great.
Okay, that is, what is it? First cantrip. It's, he can do it once. He can actually also, he is also going to begin singing an annoying goblin song.
Good.
And that is going to...
Well, is that not the same?
We love that.
Different thing. So this is a different thing. So he is going to... The cantor attempts a performance check against the will DCs of up to 2 enemies within 30 feet. This has the usual traits and restricts, restrictions for a performance check. Let me just say, what does that actually do? Critical success. Okay, it'll take it might give them a penalty. So he's going to do a performance check.
Get him, Baja!
Get him, Baja! He's got a performance +7. Unfortunately, it is not high enough. But he is, will DC. Sorry, not DC 30, will DC. 18 +7. He's gonna beat on the creature, and he's definitely gonna beat on them. So they both have a -1 to their next round. Similarly, so he essentially boosted you guys, debuffed them. Okay.
Nice.
Azrael, it is your turn. Then it's gonna be Nav. Then back to the top of the order.
Azrael doesn't want to be outdone, so he starts singing his haunting hymn as this just echoey sonic note is just held out, and the creatures, and I don't know if this applies to everybody, but it says you echo a jarring hymn that only creatures in the area can hear.
Okay.
And so, in the area, because, okay, never mind. It just won't hit my friends, hopefully, because it's a 15-foot cone.
Oh, yeah, you'd
so
be
I'm
pointing
gonna sing at them, and they have to make a basic fortitude save, DC 16.
Not to be the teacher we have homework, but a 15-foot cone wouldn't reach 20 feet up.
That is true.
Oh,
well, how tall are you?
It has a 120-foot range.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone with a 120-foot range.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad I'm wrong.
So it does.
Fortitude DC. Okay, so for
DC
the
16.
Paraton, they are going to succeed. The Paraton is going to succeed.
That's fine.
So even with the -1, it's gonna still work. And then the
does it just hit enemies in that area or anything in that area?
Creatures. It says creatures. So.
No, you're gonna have to make a fortitude save as well. And then fortitude save for the tick is only going to be fortitude save for the tick. The tick is going to fail.
Tick is going to take 2 damage.
2 points of damage to Shawn, and then 2 points of damage to Nav.
Love this
Anything
so
else,
much.
Azrael?
That is, I don't think there's anything that I can do worth doing for one action, so that is what I do. It's my turn.
Got it. Okay, Nav, it is your turn.
Yes.
You are currently holding on to the neck of this creature.
Yeah, can I still attempt to put the collar on, or can I like kind of scramble up there and then like use a action to scramble up there and then continue my attached collar?
Yeah, I could say you can use an action to climb up.
Mm-hmm.
I would say,
pardon me,
you're gonna need to make an athletics or acrobatics check because your arms are you're still trying to like hold it in place.
Yes. Okay. I can do that. Hopefully well.
You're fine. You managed to like kick up around, and you are now like sitting in front of Shawn the tick, who is like, "What?
Unfeasible! Absolutely unbelievable!"
And you have 2 actions.
Would you say inconceivable?
Inconceivable.
There it is.
Yeah, I'll just continue to attach this collar.
Okay.
However many actions worth of I need to do that.
You do have 2 actions available. Can I have you go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to see if you can successfully attach it?
What the hell is a sleight of hand check in this game?
Or is it be thieves' tools?
Thievery?
Thievery. Yeah.
Great. 17.
Yeah, you feel the latch clack,
nice.
notch into place, and then I would need you to make an occult roll to see if you can activate it properly.
Got it. Okay. You got it.
Lovely.
13 is not going to be high enough. As you try and activate the collar, you see it fizzes, but it is unable to successfully ignite this round. But you've got it on, so it'll take a lot more for somebody to take it off.
Okay.
Nav, that's your turn.
Yep.
It's back to the top of the order with the Paraton.
Oh, no.
So the Paraton is going to... it doesn't like this person on its back. That's its biggest concern. So...
Hey, no, I'm up here. Hey, I'm up here.
The Paraton is going to do a big circuit swerving. Yeah, essentially do a barrel roll, soaring away from you guys. I need you to make a reflex saving throw as it attempts to throw you off.
Yes, of course. No.
7.
Of course not.
It's a 7.
Oh, no.
Got it. I will say, with that, you're also going to take some falling damage. You're going to take 6 points of falling damage as you slam into this tree here, and then slide down it onto the dead sheep at the ground. We're no longer astride the Paraton, and the Paraton, it is not active. So that's the movement. I would say that's a movement and an action. And then
I'm guessing a +1 doesn't help with that 7, right? An 8 is still a fail. Okay.
An 8 is still a fail.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure.
They are going to... Well, it's not within range. It doesn't want to move. It is going to...
The Shawn.
You know what? It throws you off. It moves that way, and it's then going to... I think it's angry at Knob. So it's going to...
attack me.
It's going to swoop back down in your direction. It does not have an action to attack, but it is ready to attack. It doesn't ready an action, but it's going... You see what it's going to do next turn. Izzy, it is your turn, then Shawn, then Katrina.
Would Katrina now be able to attack since it is in... Oh, well, no, you can only ready a single action. You wouldn't...
Yeah.
Damn.
I would say when it never quite soared within range for you, Katrina, unfortunately.
I was looking out for that,
Yeah.
Is it on the ground now, or is it still...
It's on the ground.
Okay, great.
Do I have to move in order to get a shot? Because there's people in front of me?
You'd have to it would have cover. So you could step to clear the cover.
That's fine. I will use one action to... I'll go ahead and move. So why not? Over to here.
Got it.
First action. Second action, I will do my good ol' crossbow crack shot, and I will take my one crossbow that's out right now and reload, which gives me an additional +2 to this attack's damage, and I will attack. Now, flat-footed, remind me, do I need to be directly behind them or like right next to them in order to get that flat-footed, or the fact that I am...
It can apply in several different circumstances. One of them is if you're flanking in the traditional sense of like you're right next to it. Yeah, okay. I don't think you would count as flanking right now.
That's fine. I just wanted to double check. Okay, well then I will do my crossbow attack then.
Who are you attacking?
I'm going to attack Shawn.
Got it. Okay.
I want to get him off. Crossbow attack.
You want to do what?
Yes, I'm that. Both ways.
You have a +1 on that. Do you have any other bonuses on that?
I do not. No,
unfortunately,
that would be
is not going to hit, even with the inspiration coming to you from your buddy. That's not going to hit.
If I could roll anything better than a 3, that would be great. No, okay, so then that would be movement, reload,
Did you use an action
attack,
for
all good.
Got it. Okay. Then it is Shawn's turn. Shawn is going to continue using his drain ability. As you see his like kind of panic, he's like sucking very like deeply on. He's going to use all 3 actions because he's still attached. You know what? While attached, the tick is flat-footed, so you rolled an 11.
Oh,
plus,
cool.
Still
Plus
not
2.
low. It would have only dropped his AC to a 14. So
that's what I got.
That's
14.
Still not. You got a 14?
Because 11 plus 2 plus my 1, that's 14.
That's gonna hit then.
Sweet, let's do it. Okay, so
11 points of damage.
he takes 8 points of damage because it's not a critical. 8 points of damage. So
got it.
And then let me just make sure that I don't have anything else. Oh, I had that on. Let's see.
You hear him squealing through his mouth full of fur and flesh as he like desperately sucks to try and regain hit points.
I don't think I have anything else.
Desperately sucking.
Don't know, Becca.
Desperate
nice.
Sucking.
What? Okay. Don't laugh at me. It's 1:30 a.m.
We're almost done. I swear. If you really need to jump off, Becca,
no,
just
I'm so good.
Okay. That's gonna get him back down to there. Okay.
Wouldn't want to miss desperately
that is
sucking.
Shawn's turn. Katrina, it's your turn. Then it's gonna be Baha and Azrael.
I forgot I was Katrina. Yes.
That's you.
I'm gonna step over here.
Yep.
And can I? Yeah, can I just like pull Shawn off of Raven? I just like grab him and
make an athletics check to try and versus his athletics.
Okay.
You've got to beat a 6.
I think I'm supposed to be doing more damage.
While you're checking that, we'll see. But Katrina, you need to beat a 16.
21.
21. You yank him. You see like the bit of spittle and sinew as his fangs like retract. His opulent robe he stole from somewhere as he's like writhing his little tick body, but you have him in your hands. That is one action. Well, okay. So you've got one action left.
Is it another action to put him down, or could I like throw him in the same action, like throw him to the other side?
I would say you could throw him as an action, certainly. Dropping him, I think you can do for free, but if you want to toss him away,
I really just want to like put him on the other side of me.
Okay.
You know, like, is that unless like assuming it's not an action, can I just like spin around and put him and like drop him in front of me so that Raven is behind me? That makes sense?
Sure. Okay. Yes.
That was supposed to be 11 damage when I shot, because I'm supposed to increase the damage die because it's a thing that I can do. So that was 11 damage instead of the 8 that I had done previously.
Okay, got it. So then he reduced that by a certain amount. So I will just add a bit of damage to what he currently has. He's not looking great, guys. It
was only 3 more
because I'm gonna attack him with my last action.
Nice.
Got it. So you're dropping. I think dropping is free. Okay. Dropping is free. So you then drop him behind you, and then you have an action to attack. As you pick him up, Baha is like swatting at him, and his little tick legs are swatting at him.
And I say, oh my god, let me see if I can do this in the accent. You are the lint liquor, and you will leave my friends alone. I smack him with the...
Amazing.
I stab him with the sword.
Absolutely incredible.
Stab down into him.
Beautiful
12
performance.
points of damage is going to take him over his damage threshold. So as you bring this sword down, there's a moment, lives flashing between you as the weird, like, connective tissue of other people fighting assholes who suck people's blood. What does this takedown look like, Katrina?
Maybe this person is your father.
Maybe there's like a weird, like, "Who you, Dad" energy inherent in this.
You friendship vampire, and I throw him down, and I just like, I turn the sword sideways and bonk him on the head with the flat edge and knock him unconscious.
You hear a crunch of like chitinous exoskeleton as you like crack him. He's like, "Oh, my mouth!" as he just collapses into on the ground in his cloak dramatically. That is your turn. You still have a rabid creature in front of you. Baha is going.
Don't call me that.
Baha is going to use. He's going to use his action to cast. What is he going to do? He is going to use Soothe, an attempt to soothe the creature, giving whoever is going to make the next check a bonus, which I'm modifying the soothe ability, but he is essentially going to heal Raven and also try and calm her down.
We lose the +1 now, right?
Yes, it only lasts a round.
Just wanted to double check.
Okay, Azrael, it is your turn. Nav, you're on deck. Then it's back to the top of the order.
All right, I guess the only thing to do is to just going over to not Baha, but what's this thing's name again?
Raven.
There we go.
Her law.
And I'm going to attempt to do the thing that must be done.
Okay, so it is attached. You're gonna have to make. Yeah.
Did you just get Raven's Law?
I'm on another level, Johnny. I'm playing so many different
You're
types
playing
of chess.
5D
Did you
chess.
just get it?
Oh my god.
Catching up. We figured this out like 7 turns ago. Come on, no, get a catch up.
Azrael, you're gonna have to make an occult check or a relevant art, like occult magic check to activate the item.
Can I do
You do have
Arcana?
a +2 bonus because of Baha calming Raven down.
Can I do Arcana?
Yes.
Awesome. That's a 23.
21. As
Nice.
you
23.
like the soul of peace and energy you are, you radiate, you step up very Chris Pratt, you know? What does it look like, Azrael?
Azrael just kind of, he like initially ran up to Raven, and then as soon as he gets there, he just stops and he just rises, and he and he touches it very like,
it's very like, what's the thing on the
Right, yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Exact
that.
same
And he's just like,
God,
touches it with just the
whatever
tip
it
of
is.
his fingers. And it just activates.
and it also begins to glow with the light cantrip like a halo around this creature as like
exactly.
Creation of Adam.
like the rabid Labrador face set into the cat-eared, cat square sand cat head, just like becomes docile and just like slumps down on its bare forepaws and its shark tail wagging as it like becomes absolutely docile. He like just watches it be like, just boop him on the end of the nose. And Baha's like, yeah, you did it. Okay, let me get out of here. And he's like wiggling, trying to wiggle out of the baby Bjorn.
I'll like help him out and like set him down on the ground.
Yeah, he runs up to Raven. He's like, Raven, my good, and he's getting all the like scratches right up in the fur, and it's covered in blood. It has murdered several people, and it's just like licking up and down his face. The Naruto headband flies up over the top of his like over his crown, and he's like, oh, I'm so glad you're safe. You guys really are the best friends I could ever ask for. And he's like reaching out, holding on to like Azrael's like trying to grab your foot as you're like sort of like floating off the ground. Oh. How are you doing, girl? You all right? Let's get y'all home and oh man, let's get out of here. oh, we should probably get that. And he gestures up and you see that the totem that was broken, the abjurative, like, pen creating totem is up in the tree. The stronger among you can easily go up and like heft it down and begin carting it back through the woods. Do you want to leave the bodies there, or do you want to?
I will say, right before we leave, Azrael's kind of staring at Shawn, and he just goes, huh, and then he divine lances the body, and he looks to everybody. He goes, I feel like some alternate version of me is happy that I did that. Anyway, let's keep
strangely satisfying.
Izzy was also thinking of doing that. So you and Izzy both at the same time just shoot this.
Wait,
this
I have so many questions.
guy.
Okay.
And then I think we both look at each other. You feel that. I feel like I hate you for some reason. But then I give you a nod.
I put the crown on.
Yeah.
And then we walk away, and behind us there's a camera as we like side fist bump.
Yep.
Just an absolutely shattered giant tick corpse across the ground.
Got him.
As you guys like make your way out through the forest, Baha riding astride his Periton guard pet. You guys make your way back to the cottage. He is very grateful. You have restored a semblance of peace, though you're a little nervous about Periton still living here, but Baha's real confident about this, guys, okay? We got it under control. We got rid of the feral ticks from it's gonna be fine. As you guys all settle in for Baha grabs out like a little banjo from somewhere, ukulele, and begins playing music as you guys settle down to a nice meal of what is left of the giant rats or whatever else you got from the area. Baha and Nav took a little convincing not to be like, well, we shouldn't waste the humanoid corpses. It's just wasted meat.
It's perfect. It's perfectly good.
You settle back into Azrael. What were you gonna say?
There are many religious things that I feel like deem that this is not appropriate. But
I feel like the main religion thing is that you eat the body.
Yeah, right.
I feel like that's the whole thing of it. You eat the body, drink the blood.
Right? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're not supposed to waste any of your kill, right? You're supposed to use every part of the body.
But it wasn't our kill, right? So
well, that's true, but we can,
Well, I mean, it was. So maybe I could bring it back, and then Raven could have it for dinner.
Well, we need food too, though.
You know what?
Maybe we should just
we could go back and get Shawn. We could go back and get Shawn.
I'll just take the blood. That's all I really need. That's all I
need.
Blood
is really good. I heard this from this little small, like, sort of animal one time.
As you guys settle into the old bantering arguments, it somehow comes back around to Grandma's gout and the red meat that was causing that. As we zoom out from Baha's cottage on the edge of this strange misty lands, just shy of Ravenloft. And
then you hear Izzy say, I really hope there's no Steven von Zarovich. Sets us up for
in the distance, there's a
sequel.
a strange scattering of bats and ravens somewhere in the horizon. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end our Pathfinder Bizarro World Ravenloft one-shot.
What a joy.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Thank you for that. That was so much fun.
That was fantastic. Oh my god. Shawn von Zarovich.
Shawn von Zarovich. You know?
The parasite.
Love it.
Just like Strahd.
Just absolutely exactly. Well, I knew I wanted to do The Big Bad is off-brand Strahd. I was like looking through, I was like, I don't think I can actually do some sort of vampire because they're very strong. But I was like, what if he was just like a giant tick that had some, and I was like,
perfect.
Vampiric type. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Went in chat. I don't know if any of y'all saw, but Darth Gators went, is that Shawn Wallace von Jar?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Here for it.
Give me 1 second. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening for this silly stream.
So much fun.
We're going to please consider subscribing if you haven't already, or follow any other links that we have to support us. If you're watching the recording of the episode, thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening, you know what to do. Honest review. the algorithm really needs to be fed every day. It's like it's very much like a sourdough.
Just like Raven.
Like a sourdough or a tick. You just feed it your little supplement of blood and keep Shawn happy and alive. And then make sure you follow us on social media so you can keep up to date on what's new when we're doing fun one-shots. I myself also host a map maven stream where I can make maps. I actually made both of the maps you saw tonight on Ravenloft on the map maven stream last week. That's usually from 4:30 to 7-ish p.m. on Pacific time on Thursdays. This week I'm actually going to be out of town, by the way, Jonny, so I won't be doing it this week.
Cool. Yeah,
but we will
good.
be back next week with another one. And then Jonny, if you want to throw it over to you to close us out here.
Yeah, well, outside of all of that, we're going to be having our next Ravenloft Mist-Fits session next Monday, so we're back to it. We are getting into the later parts of the campaign, and this is going to start to get very interesting. I mean, it already is very interesting, let's be real, but we're in Act 3 of 3 now, and it is going to get pretty good. Everybody's level 10, so if you're interested in Curse of Strahd, if you haven't joined us before, please consider joining us. You can jump in right now. It'll be great. But other than that, I think that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Well then, we will see you all next Monday because no stream Thursday, so make sure to level up, and we will see you all next Monday. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.